Welcome to our weekly game of Chronicles of the Coast. We are playing a game of Dungeons and Dragons in a setting of Dragon Heist, an adventure published by Wizards of the Coast. I am the Dungeon Master, and I will be running tonight's game for 4 intrepid explorers who have found themselves in a bit of a tight spot, between a rock and a hard place, as it were. They are on a mission to save a friend who has been kidnapped and locked away in a wizard's vault. They don't know much of the details. They may have alerted some of the guards. We're going to see how they try and get out of this. Please silence all sending stones. And tonight's episode is sponsored by the great eldritch horrors that will consume all of our souls and plunge the universe in darkness.
Hail Cthulhu!
Hail Cthulhu! We're gonna go ahead and pop on over. It worked! I got it! Haha!
I was ready this time.
Yeah.
I mean, magic.
Yeah, it's totally all me. Let's go ahead and start right here with that guy. He's gonna tell us what he remembers as his character. What does Grim Timbers remember?
Hey everybody, it's Grim Timbers here. Once again, signing on until we can't sign on anymore. We managed to get ourselves stuck inside of an attic up here. We ran into we came across a friend of Sunday's, and so basically we have invaded this compound, and we're pretty much stuck inside. We don't know if the guards are coming up or if they're gonna come through the trap door. We're trapped, but I think we might have a plan. Maybe we might have a way out.
Let's hope so.
We spent some time studying and casing out just checking out this place before, all the way up until we threw our grappling hooks over the wall and forgot to we didn't worry about footprints.
It's raining. They should have covered it up.
Yeah. I thought there was a blizzard. Turns out my eyes were closed or something. I don't. Anyways, so now it's up to Sunday.
It's up to me, huh? Well, Sunday plenty. I recall, hopping over the wall, taking a climb potion because I just couldn't handle the climb up the wall with the gravity.
Yeah, but it worked out in your favor.
I'm still under that potion too, by the way.
Needed it.
Yeah,
and now we are, instead of being outside because our tracks outside the wall have been discovered, we are in an attic, and I think we have slightly alerted. I'm just going to say maybe just a green alert.
Yeah.
On my scale.
Green alert.
And
Code beige.
I'm ready to hide. I am just ready to hide it, and hopefully my gut instinct will be right with them just lazily looking up around in this storage area. Yeah, what do you think, Finn? I hope you don't get us busted, man.
Well, I'm Finn Littleman, and
Wild card.
What do you know?
I believe that we're probably going to have to either trick somebody into coming in here and then taking them out instead of hiding, or we're gonna have to come downstairs ourselves and try to convince them that we're guards. Esvel seems nice, now that we found out that she's the Black Viper.
No! She seems, yeah. Oh, yeah.
We formed an alliance with all the other merchants. They were very happy to help us, and now we're all partners. You could say we're almost a guild.
You could almost say that.
And, I am very, very afraid right now. I know I can hide anywhere, but I feel like we need to take out guards as we move. Otherwise, we're going to end up fighting all of them.
I mean, isn't that won't we still fight all of them?
I know, but like doing it in small groups isn't the same as fighting
I agree
40
with that.
guys at the same time.
I agree with small groups and confined spaces.
Cole, what do you remember from last week?
Cole made a really sweet jump.
Mm.
He hooked his axe and climbed up, and then Superman climbed
Definitely a
up
10.
a rope with 2 people hanging on him. It was great.
It was a 10.
Now Cole's getting ready to smash faces with his axe and looking forward to earning his next tattoo.
All right. Esvela Rosner.
As always.
Esvela Rosner, sensing the distress and trouble that you have created for yourselves, had quickly guzzled down a potion of invisibility. She is more than, well, you know, she thinks you're in over your head.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah. So she's kind of,
Never underestimate the powers of the handicapped.
She liked our idea.
oh yeah, she ducked out a little bit though. I mean, she's there, but you never really know where she is right now.
Okay, can we quietly move this
Not
stuff?
too high.
Grim takes a quick glance around the room, making sure that no windows are open, there's no more water or anything on the 4 windowsills, no telltale signs that anyone was in here.
I want too high.
Check my clothes to make sure that they are not wet from outside. And I will press vegetation roll.
Okay.
Prestidigitation! My clothes are now dry.
And so your clothes are dry. You give me an investigation. Grant.
17.
17. You search the area, peruse everything, give it a quick look at what you can. Here and there, windows, windowsills, boxes, footsteps, floors, creaky floorboards. Careful not to touch that door handle. And you believe you've got it pretty much covered. You don't see anything alarming to you to suggest that somebody might be hiding here in the attic.
Now, in my search, where's the best place for Cole to hide? Probably back in that corner there.
It's kind of me giving you the answer, don't you think?
Depending on his
Why don't-
investigation
How
roll, I
tall are the
suppose.
boxes?
Just based on what I've seen, like, are there chairs tall enough? Are
There's 3
those,
barrels, that's pretty
Well,
tall.
those chairs are standard chair size,
Okay.
so he's
so you
gonna
gotta
have
hunker
trouble.
down. Is it dark enough back there? Like, I can't. Are there torches in here?
There are no torches in here. In fact, it is almost completely dark. There's very, very faint light that does filter in through the dirty windows of this upper floor. Although it's so pale that it is merely just a sheen, ephemeral on the floorboards, not enough to even alleviate the complete darkness of this place.
Is the dirt so dirty that we're leaving prints as we walk through it?
Generally no.
Dust build up enough for that?
Generally, no. His investigation. People do come up here from time to time. It looks like things get moved around, boxes here and there. In the winter, they bring up winter or summer items. In the summer, they store away the winter items. So
Okay.
you're not necessarily leaving footprints all over the place.
Is there wear patterns though?
Wear patterns,
Yeah,
such
like
as
certain boxes being opened all the time, or is there like,
No.
hey, they always do a loop in here and then they leave, kind of thing?
no, nothing like that.
All right. That suit of armor. Does it look like it's Cole size?
It's an excellent question. I had not considered that. Go ahead and give it an investigation.
What armor?
I'll investigate it.
Meanwhile, I got 24 on for my stealth, and I'm hiding
16.
as low as I can in this corner, not moving. being
16?
Yeah.
Looking at the armor, you can see that it is mounted on an armor stand appropriately as it is assembled and standing there in front of you. It could take some time, but it is a larger set, and you do believe, yes, should you make the attempt, you believe Cole would be fully concealed in this armor.
Do I know how long it takes to don a suit of armor?
Have you ever donned a suit of armor?
No, I have not.
Should take at least 15 minutes.
Well, then you've got guesses.
Not fast enough.
Yeah.
With help, it should take 5 minutes.
And it's loud.
We do little stealth checks to do it.
I'm hiding.
It's pretty dark up here.
Any freaking noise.
I'm just gonna hide back here.
I'm in
If
the
they make it
shadows.
back to this corner, then we should just kill them anyways.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna start fights in here.
No, hopefully not. But if it comes to it and they searched all the way back to this far corner and I'm discovered somehow, then we fight.
Yep.
Okay. Can I check the hatch to see if it's locked? Very stealthily.
Yes. Give me that stealth roll.
Come on.
Dear Buddha. 19.
Good job.
Very carefully with the hatch. Being up here in the attic, it's been exposed to no moisture whatsoever, so the hinges themselves do not squeak or squeal as you give it a very gentle lift up with the ring mounted on it. As you do so,
They're coming.
it lifts up. There is, you believe, no lock on this hatch.
Do I hear any voices or anybody in the surrounding area?
Give me a perception check.
I go back to the corner and hide with Cole.
I hear nothing.
Okay.
Alright.
There's a trunk right there. You can probably get inside.
Trunk?
Hide in that corner.
Can I
Is
get...
that indeed a trunk?
Does it look like there's a way for me to hide behind this here?
Give me a perception, no, an investigation. Give me an investigation on that.
18.
He's hot.
You could fit back there.
Okay. I will slump back there and try to hide.
If that's a chest, I go hide in it.
Okay, you're in the chest.
I got a 16 to my stealth.
Okay.
So
Cole is hiding behind a chair.
behind a chair in the corner
Got some kegs and a desk.
Duck down,
I
baby.
don't know.
No one's gonna help Cole.
Wait, go prone, Cole.
No. Is there any way to move the furniture so it's over Cole?
What are these barrels?
Those are barrels.
Cole, do you want to be
How big are they?
invisible?
Some of them are large crates. There's a couple of other things in there. Some shelves, large crates, chests, smaller crates, barrels, curtains. There's a tapestry hanging on the wall.
Can I jump up to the rafters?
Yeah, the rafters are very low, in fact. So from time to time, you've even had to duck underneath.
Okay. Is there? Can I do like a Steven Seagal and grab the rafters and pull my legs up through and jump up there
Yeah,
and just hide up in the rafters?
you can certainly do that.
Okay. I'll try and find some way to conceal myself up there. Now the rafters,
Start.
do they go over to this room?
There is a wall.
Up that goes
Yeah,
all the way to the
they're
top. Okay.
Hold on. Is there one of the
Good
rafters
question.
out far enough for him to stand on before the wall?
Why did they frame this wall all the way to the trusses?
There isn't.
Who framed in this truss?
Is there a rafter that's foot long enough for him to stand on? That's close
Some
enough to that
houses are
wall?
like that though.
We got it.
Some
Yeah,
don't have
he could go right up against the
My
wall.
chimney,
So
obviously.
we can be on a rafter like this, right?
Yeah, and up against the wall.
Can I cast, what do you call it? Minor illusion to make a fake wall where Cole's standing up there?
Yeah, just in front of me.
Yeah.
What's this? Is it 5x5? What's this dimensions?
5
5
foot
foot by
cube.
5 foot.
Is that? I mean, I can go prone and or not prone, but crouch down and that'll fit.
What are you gonna do? You better hurry.
Can't you just
Okay,
turn
I do
him
that.
into a
Why are
box?
you asking me what you can
Yeah, I
cast?
would like
into?
to
Turn him
attempt
into a
that.
box or
I need to
something.
look up the spell though, guys. Sorry.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
Go ahead quickly and describe to me what you do.
Stealth?
We'll have you roll stealth as soon as it's important.
Everyone else is doing it.
Oh, I know,
Just hide.
but I'm gonna make them do it again anyway.
Alright, good.
Okay.
I'm down with that.
I mean, hey, when you roll stealth way earlier, it's like, oh, it's a 1. Hey, I decided I don't want to do that.
I
No.
am exactly in that camp.
I'm cool with you.
We will roll stealth when there is a search going on for you.
That's fine.
Okay, so let's just say for the sake of the stream that
Be
we
quiet.
put an illusionary wall
Where
in
are
front of
you?
me.
Oh, okay.
Quickly, there's a clock.
Yes, I did. I placed it already where you're standing.
'Kay.
It's just that I'm trying to see if I can do more than one illusion.
Oh
at the same time.
man, it's taking.
Oh, is it concentration?
No, it's not.
You got like seconds.
So I did. I cast it for him. But I'm also going to make a stealth check while I'm doing this. But the problem is,
At the bottom of
this
the
only
spell,
lasts for 1 minute.
I think the bottom of the spell also says that it lasts until you cast it again.
So
Could be wrong, but I think that's. We gotta go.
image can't create sound, light, or any.
Coco sound.
Alright.
And that was it. That's the last grain of sand right there. Throw that away. I don't need that ever again. All right. What happened?
Pulls out a blue one. I got a blue one.
Here we go.
I was
I do
sick
have
of
a blue
green.
one.
Yeah. It's shorter.
I was sick of green.
Oh, okay. Okay, we can roll with this.
Alright.
We can roll with this.
We're gonna
Let's see
die.
what we got.
Finn's rolling in high numbers. We're gonna die.
You hear a thump on the bottom of the hatch. Something is scruffing around down there. Then a light permeates and pierces through the darkness of this attic as the hatch itself is flown wide open, crashes against the wood of the room. A ladder is hooked onto the frame of the hatch. And then you start to hear the sound. Footsteps coming up. First person up is a shrouded figure in dark armor. He comes up to the top, stands there, peers around. All right, lads, let's make it quick. We gotta get this done soon. Something unusual out there in the snow. Madame Villeneuve thinks that maybe they might be hiding up here on the roof or in the attic. Two more figures come up, dressed similar.
How many are there now, guys?
Three.
There were three of them. Let's go ahead and place these three guys over there by the hatch. Anybody? Somebody?
Somebody. Oh, they came up.
Hey, did you really see footprints outside?
Found something. Just do your job. Shift's almost over.
All right, fellas, let's make it quick. They start moving around. They come to the first box there to their side. They kind of kick on the box a little bit, try and open it up. They see that the top of it is nailed down tight. All right, nothing out of the ordinary there. Another one, the taller, skinnier man, he goes over towards the suit of armor, kind of pokes at it, a little flick on the metal. It sounds pretty hollow. Opens up the cabinet. Just a bunch of noble clothing. Oh, this is nice. Pulls out a nice coat and is like, what do you guys think? Holds it up to himself and is like,
I think you should get on with the job. Quit messing around.
oh, I'm so scared.
Dagbull would have our hides if he knew what you were doing.
Dagbull's not on duty yet. They move around. They make their way over to the barrels. They give them a good kick.
So
A
they all
thump.
facing this way right now?
Yeah, they're kind of scooting around. Another one moves over towards this area here, stands about here, starts knocking around on the shelves over there, looking at stuff, a few knickknacks and things, merchant scales, other things, all covered in dust.
Holding my breath.
Pretty much.
Can I see Cole from where I'm at? Like where he's hiding?
Barely.
Okay, so it was a minute when they first came in, right? Or, how long has it been? Thank you. So, when minor illusion ends, I'm gonna immediately cast it again.
Okay.
And it's not. There's no verbal component to it. It's a somatic and material.
Two of them,
Okay.
the half-orc and the taller,
But I'm
thinner
gonna try to
man.
do it stealthily if I can.
The half-orc and the taller, thinner man both go to investigate the areas where Finn and Sunday are hiding out currently.
Okay.
They will make a perception roll contested by your stealth.
Not bad, Sunday.
25.
Not
How
bad.
much?
25.
Finn?
Come in.
20.
Let me just compare that here to his perception skill.
Come on, he's rolling good.
20, you say?
We need the damn.
He stops for a second, leans in a little bit close to the cabinet, moves the clothing around, kind of rocks it a little bit.
Good thing it's not.
You guys smell cookies?
Creme brulee.
Shut up! Tired of telling you to search. Telling you to search. He snaps back sarcastically and mockingly.
I love it.
They both move away. They start going through other boxes, searching around things, and they make their way towards the other chamber. They start going through this area here.
We need like little pushers.
Yeah, a pusher would be nice. The half-orc immediately moves over here towards that window and starts investigating the window.
Half orc.
That guy.
The window.
This is the window. Begins investigating. Poking and prodding. Checking boxes to make sure that they're sealed. One of them starts perusing, looking up above. He holds up a candle that they had brought with them. Holds it up to the rafters and starts to look up, see if he can see anything up there.
Cast minor illusion.
Give me another stealth check for that.
It's somatic and a material.
Oh, no verbal. Oh, nice. Okay, well then I will let you do it, no problem. Cool.
Beautiful.
Stealth check.
With advantage, because I'm behind a wall.
With advantage.
20.
The Kraken.
You probably want the total, huh?
22, I believe. 22. I quietly cast minor illusion to show an empty crate.
On top of you?
Yeah.
So you can get down.
Wow.
I thought you said you got inside of it.
Yeah, that's what he
So
said.
you're casting it on
To
him.
look like an empty space.
He said it's a 5-foot cube, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you cast an illusion to conceal yourself.
You read the DC on that, right?
I was like, I'm scared.
You read the DC?
Freaking out.
Cole, as you were up there, you were holding your breath, anxious, palms sweating,
I'm holding
Crouching.
my breath.
ripping that battle axe. This guy here comes all the way up, and he's just underneath you. And he's holding up a candle, and he's looking. And you see him. Well, actually, I don't believe you can see through the illusion either. But you can hear him down there. And even through the illusion, you can kind of see that the light is actually shifting up into your illusion. And that is when you hear behind him, in this area, on what you swear sounds like a footstep on a creaky floorboard.
Uh-oh.
And all three of them turn immediately.
She's been creeping around invisible.
All three is like, hey, what was that?
Shit.
Might be something. Check it out.
I hope it is. I'm ready for this.
They move over. One of them,
Okay, they're not looking at Cole, right?
Nope.
I cast minor illusion again.
the leader of them moves over here. He kind of checks the area. You see him stop, look around. He peers underneath and around corners, and he pulls back a tapestry hanging on the wall before he kind of gives it up. And as he turns, a mouse skitters and dashes from one of the larger pieces of furniture underneath a box of another one. It's like, that's nothing.
I make it sound like there's a chair moving downstairs underneath the trapdoor.
Okay.
Like a really rough one, like.
They don't flinch at all.
Even though it's super quiet,
Yeah,
after just seeing the mouse.
it was downstairs.
Like, just downstairs.
Yeah, a large chair just underneath them downstairs.
Alright.
They're distracted.
I didn't
You
get
see-
scared by the pocket mouse.
They continue their search a little bit. One of them does go over here, begins to investigate that chest, lifts up the latch, lifts it up. What is your spellcasting DC?
14.
14 versus his perception check.
Does that pass?
You roll your dice.
No, he doesn't. It's his DC.
You see him. You sense him. You know that the lid is open. You're concentrating on that spell. Actually, it's not concentration.
I don't know what he rolled.
You're holding that
He's
spell.
taking a 3.
You're holding that spell. He opens it up, looks inside at your illusion of
Be able to see him, right?
whatever belongings you have in there.
It's a illusion.
Cloth or trinkets or knickknacks, probably heavy items. What does it look like? What does he see?
He literally sees just an empty crate, except for a crumpled up woolen blanket.
He looks down. Closes it back down. They go and investigate the windows once more. One of them moves over to the door. He goes to reach for the door handle to the sanctum, and you hear him yell out, "Hey! Don't touch that! It's Manshoon's chamber. You don't want to be around if he finds out that you've been meddling in his affairs." What do you mean that's Manshoon's chamber? Well, when that scary wizard fella comes teleporting in, he comes from here. Never enters any other way. He comes from that room, he leaves from that room. Yeah, so? You want to fight a wizard? No doubt that thing's trapped. We have orders. Don't touch it. It's empty. I didn't see anyone outside. Windows are all locked. Let's get out of here. They make their way to the hatch. One by one, they head down. They remove the ladder, and with a pull string, you see that as they go down, they begin to close the latch behind them, and the ladder unhooks, and the latch closes itself all the way. Locks back down into place. Can I have my 3 guys back?
I'm
I'm
staying
like
where I'm at.
legitimately breathing a real sigh of relief right now.
I don't know.
That
Maybe
was
we should
good.
have told
It
him.
worked.
That was a half work right there.
That
We know
my
he's
plan that
there
I
for
had going
later.
would have worked too, because there was a half work in that group.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Better not to have to play guard.
Yeah.
I'd rather kill him if we have to. Than
Why are you
play
guys
guard.
talking so much?
We're just so
Shut up, Cole. I saved your life.
The floor creaks once again. Damnable floorboards.
killed?
Well, we're all alive. Good job.
You knew how to do this.
Sunday. Good job.
Yeah, good job. You almost blew our cover.
They were investigating your friend. I noticed, I don't know if you noticed this, but I noticed that candlelight was not flickering off of your illusion very well.
Yeah, it's not solid.
Good thing they're stupid.
Yes.
Anyways,
I was counting on that.
what's our plan now?
I thought you had a plan.
Is it safe?
I had a plan for me. I didn't have a
can I
plan
come
for
out?
5 people. Go ahead, get out. They checked the area.
What's
They're not
your
likely
plan
to
for
come
one
back.
person? Because we'll just make it work for 5. It's like breaking bread. It'll work.
Sunday, she didn't know about the thing we're here for.
That's
She's just trying to steal shit.
That doesn't mean we can't work together.
More the merrier in this situation.
Did we tell her about Paula?
Yeah.
Well, she knows now.
Yeah, our friend's in trouble. We need her help.
Okay.
So, you're here to steal, and we're here to save our friend.
I was hoping to get into that room over there. Wizard's artifact sell for pretty penny.
There's a charm on the door, right? You're the only one who knows that?
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, no doubt.
So
I,
Indeed, there is a charm on the door, Finn. That's absolutely right.
I thought
Powerful spell indeed.
I'd be able to slip through that keyhole. Brought a scroll of Misty Step with me. I've only got one though.
How would you get out?
It would appear that I have not thought this through.
Painted yourself into a bit of a corner there, haven't you? As Vel.
Oh,
Do you still have that scroll of silence on you? Who has that? Somebody has a scroll of silence, don't they? No?
perhaps after ransacking the place, I'd be able to just open the door and dash for the window. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
abort that mission.
There's a window in there?
You could help us. We're going after a big treasure.
Well, what was that?
Why don't we just be open with her? I mean, she's obviously gonna help us no matter what, right? I mean, she can't fuck us over. As well.
Yes, she could. She could totally fuck us over.
As well, you won't
Yeah.
fuck us over, right?
She would. I feel like she probably would, Finn. I think she will.
Asbella, do you want to help us out? Help us get our friend?
Are we going to
I don't
rob
think
them
you're going to be
blind?
getting in
Oh,
that room
yeah.
because you've got no way out. You got no way out.
I got a way out. I got my way out.
Oh, another Misty Step scroll. You got two, one in your back, an extra one.
Stop your bickering.
Guys, come on.
So we got to get out of this room. What do you know about the guard chain?
The harp, the
Where are they
secret to the vault is the harps. We
Okay.
know the music unlocks the vault.
That's downstairs
That's in
in the main room.
the glass room.
Oh, okay. I'm sure we can just let us walk right down there and start
Not
playing the
gonna
music.
happen.
So
Listen, I feel that we are going to end up fighting eventually. It's just a matter of where do we want to fight these people.
here's what I think: we stay stealth until we locate, follow, find our friend, secure the harp room, play the medley, and get the treasure and run out the window, the big window, but right back over the wall.
While taking fire and running from people on mounted horses.
It's a small courtyard.
It's not the courtyard I'm worried about. It's the rest, the walk back to Waterdeep.
I didn't mention these bad boys. I hold up my 2 jars of alchemist fire.
You're just gonna throw fire on the way out.
We're gonna burn it down. Finn.
I'm cool with that. I got some oil.
Hey Grim, why don't you do this instead with that alchemist fire? Why don't you set a trap for that mage that's gonna be walking through that door sometime?
That's the long game. We
It'll still be hilarious when you hear it blows up. It's like, hey, did you hear about the ground hunt burning down? And it'll be like, that was totally Manchu.
He's quick now. Yeah.
Going for it.
Anyone have a better idea or a different idea?
I don't want to burn down the place we're running yet.
On our way out.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, we gotta get out of this room.
Well, all the way down the hatch, and it was loud.
Is that girl on our side yet?
Ooh, we got oil. We got some oil.
You see the attic illuminate from the hatch opening,
Jack,
and then it closes itself.
I think she's gone.
Did she dip?
yes.
Yeah.
Told you. I told you.
Should have let her in.
You should have let her in. Shouldn't have kept the baker in.
She's gonna steal the treasure anyways. But
She could be fucking with you, by the way. She could still be in here.
Right. That's the oldest trick in the book.
I'm like,
All right. Well,
You got any flour?
we're in Rome, and I walk over to the hatch. As I open it, I go to look as I quietly open it. I want to see if there's anybody around it, just slightly, just like.
Yeah, go ahead and flip that smaller map there of the estate over. And go ahead and let me see that, and I will reveal the area that you see down below.
Sunday, pour a little oil on those hinges.
It's not squeaky.
Isn't it?
No.
I thought it was squeaky.
No.
You're right. I thought it was loud because, like, the ladder.
No, they just slammed it open and
How did she get through it so quickly?
was something else invisible up here the whole time.
I don't know. Maybe we're just like overthinking this, guys. We need to start moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go. Let's just go. What else are we gonna do?
All right, I'll take the lead.
You think that's wise? Maybe we should wait for Cole. Cole, you want to jump down first?
I kind of think we should wait till things cool down. Just because this group is done searching doesn't mean they're not done searching.
Yeah.
Alright.
Once they start doing the fireside thing, we'll be able to catch them like off guard and slowly knock them out. And then we're gonna have to wait until the next guard route shows up. And
They're the
a
brains
harsher
of this
guard.
operation.
So we gotta get moving. Somebody
Whoa.
is gotta start using their
How long
head
has it been?
and
It's been what?
Start using their spider to
It's been
go
what?
look around
2
the
minutes?
place.
3 minutes? Maybe Cole has a point. Maybe we should give it 5 minutes.
Okay.
Dude, she said half an hour. They're going to start doing the fireside thing.
You can see an area underneath. There is actually a central staircase of the entire building that ascends top to bottom, right in the middle. The ladder that you have just emerged from, or the hatch, exits out about here, right up against the wall.
Okay.
Over here you can see that there is an area, a balcony that overlooks the floor below. There is a bookshelf over here that you can see poking your head down that is up against the wall. A hallway that leads this way. Doors over here. And then this overlooks the bottom floor as well. As you stand here at this particular moment, no, you do not see anyone up top, although the sounds of people moving around can be heard throughout the building.
Okay. Does it sound like they're on the bottom floor or on the second floor?
Give me a perception search.
Oof. That is lower than my passive. I didn't hear anything or see anything.
What's your total?
My total would be a 6, 7, 8.
Listening for sounds of people moving around, you cannot necessarily pinpoint where they are coming from. However, you feel like the majority of them are coming from the downstairs area.
Okay. So this is a library right here? Or just a case of books?
Just a bookshelf.
It is a bookshelf up
Okay.
against the wall.
So I can assume that there's probably a room here and a room behind us?
It's very plausible.
It's not full of concrete.
Yeah. So I slowly close the door back down and I look back at you guys and I say, Sonny, give the potion to Cole.
What potion?
An invisibility potion.
Do I have it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
I lower myself down.
Grim, you're the only one who can go invisible on your own. I think Sunday and I are just gonna have to wing it from the open.
You want me to go over to disappear?
Not yet. We need to see what's in the rooms closest to us so that we can move to the next room.
Okay. 100 feet. You know what? Hang tight.
Where's your spider?
Send my spider. Do we have to lift up the
I got it.
There we go. Send my spider down along the ceiling. Check out. See if there's a way into this room right
Can we
here, the one
toss it?
closest.
There is a
Spider.
door.
Falling damage.
The door is currently shut.
Is there any?
There are a couple of doors there, actually.
Can it swoop through the bottom underneath, or is it just like super sealed tight?
It's a pretty well-made door for a noble, so there's not a whole lot of gaps. The gaps themselves are not large enough for your spider to actually crawl through.
How about a keyhole?
I moved back to
There
the room.
is a keyhole. How big are you considering your spider to be?
It's like a jumping spider.
It's a
Oh,
jumping
yeah, it's like
spider.
the tip
One
of
of
your
those little
finger.
white ones.
Yeah. It was the perfect.
So it's gonna take
spider.
10 minutes for it to walk across the room.
They're pretty quick.
Will it?
They're really fast.
They're
this big.
That's why I said throw it.
Through the
And they
door.
can jump. They can jump 6 feet.
Oh yeah, they can jump.
Is it one of those cool ones that's like a peacock jumping spider and it like
Oh god,
dances,
yeah.
like,
Like,
Sure. Sure. I can look up the picture that he sent.
Yeah.
It was
I love
great.
those
It was
guys.
a
They're
good
cool.
one.
I like jumping spiders.
yeah, like the
So-
legs come together once in a while.
Yes, there is a keyhole.
Okay.
We got a key, right?
Spider jumps up there, crawls,
We have
tries
a
to
key.
go quick, manages to get up to the keyhole, looks in. I'll let you go ahead and scratch off whichever room you want to be looking into right now.
Just with the closest door from the.
I think there's 2 doors there, so just pick a
Okay.
side and start
Scratch it.
scratching.
Closest to closest.
fingernail's gonna work better.
Yeah.
You want a penny?
Alright.
Is it a scratching scratcher?
Okay, so looks like a bedroom. I see a bed and a desk.
This room is sparsely furnished, and for the majority of it, it's actually covered in all sorts of bits of refuse. Whoever uses this room is not a tidy person. It's got trash here and there. There are some dirty dishes left on the actual desk itself, laundry piled here and there. I'm going to assume your spider does not have a great sense of smell, so I will not describe that to you.
Okay.
But you also manage to see that there are at least half a dozen pewter cups and twice as many empty wine bottles.
Does it? Can I get a sense of like whether a warrior lives in here? Obviously.
Looking around, give me a perception investigation. Give me an investigation for your spider.
Well, I'm looking through its eyes.
That's true. Okay, so your investigation with a spider.
A 1.
That makes sense considering that spiders are pretty limited in what they can see.
8 eyes. Yeah, okay. So it just looks like a bedroom, so...
Perched up on a keyhole, this is everything that your spider sees.
Okay. I will leave that room and go to the next one.
Exiting the keyhole, crawling around and moving to the next place.
How much time's gone by? Sorry to keep asking this.
I think about roughly 15 minutes.
I'm just worried that we're gonna pass our window.
10 to 15.
Okay. Looks like more of like a common room or something, a big room. What is all that?
This is a much nicer looking room. This bedroom in particular here actually is a lot more tidy. You don't actually see anything in here that seems to be out of place or out of the order or out of place. Whoever uses this room is strictly utilitarian.
Okay.
You would assume.
Could be Dagwell's room when he's here.
Could be.
Okay, that's that. I don't think I can send it any further. Each one of these squares is 5 feet.
Yes.
So, should we check the boxes here?
You know what? I'm gonna send my spider across
While he's doing this.
and check out this one last room
I
right
don't
over
think
here
there's
across the
anything
hall.
Worth. You already kind
Okay.
of said seasonal stuff.
It's a good 5 minutes as your spider carefully tries to cross, manages to pull itself up the door and peers through a keyhole. What you take in is a third bedroom of sorts. This one itself is also well taken care of and clean. However, this particular room, you see, there do appear to be a few knickknacks up against the wall, as well as a mirror, sort of a vanity mirror, and various other bottles and tinctures of things that are up on a desk. The curtains themselves and some of the decor in this room have a hint of elven to them.
Okay. You know what? Since I got a little bit more range left, I'm gonna check out this next room right over here since I'm
Okay.
here.
This door itself is actually open. You manage to spider crawls across the ceiling, peers in here.
What's this?
Can I get a stealth check for your spider?
Sure. Scary. 13.
13. Spider crawls across the ceiling. When you enter this room, you see that there are a few men and women in here. The majority of them are kind of looking around a little bit. You hear them talking about a few different things. They're kind of just, it seems that the alarm may have been lowered. There is, in fact, a woman who seems to be a commanding officer of sorts. She's speaking to the other two in a hushed tone. She wears a very thick cloak bearing the house sigil on it of the two-faced man, half demon. She wears a scarf sort of mask, bandit mask of sorts across her face, leaving only a very bright viridian green eyes to stare out from the hood. She looks at these two other men who are dressed in similar uniform and begins saying, basically barking orders to them. Right, lads, with the alarm down, I'm going to need you to get downstairs and get back to your posts. We're going to move up to the next shift here in just a moment. Pretty soon it's going to be fire watch. Manny, I want you to get downstairs and start taking inventory. We're going to see what we need to ship out and ship in before the shifts end. Harold, I want you back outside. Stand watch at the front door. Tell the other two louts out there to watch the back entrance. Something still doesn't feel right to me. A fourth person in the room, a woman who happens to be folding clothing. She looks to be sort of a caretaker for the building. Gathers up some towels and some linens. It appears that this area has a soaking tub in it. As she gathers up the things, she looks up and sees a spider on the roof. She's like, with a gasp, the other three look over at her, and then one of them looks up and he's like, oh, blind me, spider! And she's like, kill it! And she throws a towel. It misses by a foot, and then the elven woman looks up and and it's lights out.
Killed your spider. We knew that was gonna happen then.
Can I have it disappear before she whacks it? You never know where a spider lands when you whack it.
She hits it and it's just like...
True. That's true.
Whether she hit it or not, she's not going to find a dead spider, so...
Yeah, can he put it back in sand before it happens?
Poof. Poof goes the spider.
It is a free action to drop that spell or an action to dismiss it.
Yeah.
So let's go ahead and test your reflexes. I'll have you roll a dex save versus my attack.
Can I roll an Arcana check since it's more of a magic?
It's like Caleb's reactions.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not doing anything with my physical body.
It's a reflex.
Okay.
It's a reflex, even if it's a mental
Don't worry about it.
reflex.
You're gonna make it. No, it's
Come on, last Starfighter.
There you go.
20.
What's your port?
The last Starfighter.
A 6 and a 3. So I'm not helping anybody out with big damage tonight, but I might save some asses.
Failing fails.
Yeah.
Failing saves.
Failing saves.
Failing save.
Listen, I got some wisdom for you.
Yeah,
That's some cold wisdom right there.
Failing fails.
Those are good for failing fails. Oh, God.
What did you get? Total?
20 total.
To your dex save?
Yeah.
Well, you're really doing the math?
It's like
That's not an auto
I'm
succeed,
sick of this familiar scouting everything out.
Yeah, well, she's the fastest probably,
Yeah.
dude.
Your spider got smashed.
Oh my God!
Switched.
R.I.P. Spider Boy. Alright, well, you know what? It was worth it. It was
Hey,
worth it.
at any time there, you could have interrupted, be like, I summon. I call him back.
Yeah.
I blink him out.
Well, it'd be kind of suspicious if it just straight up disappeared. Although that does happen.
She didn't
like, when
notice
you're
until
looking- Yeah.
the very end. So,
Anyways,
maybe
Everything
so
going okay there, Grim?
Snap back.
Everyone goes,
Ow! Wait, what? My spider's gone.
you don't want to talk about
We're not exposed.
Who cares about a stupid spider? Why would they smash it?
Oh, I don't know. I ran across it was the housekeeper. Honestly, I can't. Yeah,
Damn housekeepers.
it was the
They
maid.
ruin everything.
So,
can we hear it from here? Like where we're at? Like them scream, oh, spider!
I'm sure it's like right.
Way over there.
Yeah, you would have heard. It probably came from somewhere right about where Cole is standing, actually.
Wouldn't it be the opposite way? Because
So-
that's like
Try and tell us what's up.
The captain's upstairs.
Yeah, so be on Cole's side.
The 2 guards back to their post. Fire watch is on track. So far we're in the clear. The captain's alone upstairs.
What if we take her out?
You hear the sound of a brass bell. Bing, bing! Echoes out throughout the estate.
Let's go kill the captain,
I
boys.
know, that's what I'm saying. She's by herself.
Okay, never mind. I'm sorry. I got a little bloodthirsty. I was just a little pissed off. So
Okay.
it took Paula, but it's fine, Paula.
You just called me Fala?
No, I'm saying it's fine, Paula.
Oh, I thought you said it's fine, Fala.
No. I said let's find Paula.
Is there a way we can keep it quiet?
Yeah.
If we tell her, it'll cause
We go in
anarchy
by
on the
ourselves.
What?
Yeah.
Combat is loud and messy.
You want us to go in and kill them?
That was not my idea. That was Grimm's idea.
I told you I got
there's
excited.
only
We don't
one
wanna-
in the-
Okay. Like, we're gonna have to fight these guys sooner or later if we don't.
He said there's
decide.
only one in the
Esville
room.
is the only person who's been able to run around in this house invisible. You two could go invisible, and we could sneak into the guards.
That's your plan. Let's
That's
do
my
it.
plan. Grim, what happened? Did you
I
find
think we need
Fallout?
to
We're trying to get down to
We
the
need to move
piano,
out of
right?
this attic and
Yeah.
maybe move into another room. We need to move it out of here and into another.
Should we wait till the fire watch? Because that seems like it'd be a lot better.
That's the bell that you just heard.
Was that shift change?
Yeah.
Okay, so the house would be empty during
Now's our time to strike.
because they'd all be out front.
They're not going to be all out front. There's some that are inside and outside.
There will be some guards in the house.
Switch. Okay.
I say we find Fala, secure the harp room, hold it, work out the riddle, escape out the window when we're done.
You want to play the piano
With
well,
20
they're
guards
all
walking around.
inside the house.
We have to
Like
kill
you
him.
said, we're gonna have to kill fight.
I think if we take out
battle
this
them at some
captain,
point.
it's going to cause some confusion.
I
Think
could.
you can do it fast and quick, Cole and Sunday?
Can you look like the captain? What does she look like?
I don't really do much quietly.
Hey, Grim, what did the captain look like? What did the people inside the room look
I
like?
make a minor illusion of the captain to the best
Just
of my.
like Polaroid.
Yeah.
Did you get any names
That's a good,
you're looking,
whatever you
Grim?
call it, portrait.
Any names?
Yeah, like of guards, just in case we had to kill them and take their places.
Hyrold. I caught that name. Hyrold. Don't take my don't I wouldn't bet my life on it. I did have the ears of a spider after all.
Okay,
I think
what
they
was the name
hear
of the
through their
captain?
legs or something. I don't know how they work.
Alright, Grim, just real quick, what was the captain wearing?
I remember the captain that's coming, Captain Dagbolt. It's a real bastard. That's all I know.
Was she wearing a
Gotta do
mask or
something.
anything like that?
Yeah, there was a Viridian. She had green eyes, but look, it's right there.
Yeah.
There's the mask. See, the
Ah,
like the
yeah.
Viridian eyes, Elven, quick, lightning quick. Yeah, quicker than a spider.
I'm just asking, just because we have to impersonate these people.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
Which
you-
one's Manny?
Manny?
What's he look like?
Like this.
Just make a small Manny in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, which one's Harold?
Hyrold.
Harold.
It's all in how you pronounce it, Finn. Hyrold.
Okay. Who wants to move first downstairs?
I mean, Cole's got to go down at some point.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
That's what I'm saying.
Sunday,
guys are
you're
gonna
the
have to be
sneaky
invisible.
quiet one.
Mm.
Sneak down.
All right.
Is there any way we can attract her up here?
I feel like she's not the type to come along.
She'll go get a lackey to do her business.
We can take two.
If you want to, if a fight with her is what you want, we go now, while she's alone.
I'm just saying, it's like
Let's
if she
do
was
it.
in the attic and we fought her, yeah. But if she gets away or breaks through one of the windows or screams, fucked.
I say we don't find her. I say we go downstairs.
All right,
Okay.
let's do it.
Alright, so you and I get invisible.
Yep.
You guys,
Try to be as
Blend
sneaky
in.
as quiet can.
the only trouble is you're the only one that knows how to play this song. It would be easier if you were invisible.
You want me to go invisible and go play the song? Will it break it if I do that? It's stealth?
I believe so. You
Doubt it.
It's not like an aggressive action. I don't know.
Which would leave me up here by myself.
Do you want to be up here by yourself?
I don't care. You have a message, don't you? No? Hey, I hear yelling. I come out and kill anything I see that doesn't look like you guys.
All right, so we'll just go send the two quick folk down there, and Sunday and you'll just sit up here.
Ah, no, that's an idea.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because both of you could be
Catch it
invisible.
on there, Mr.
There you
Finn.
go, there you
Movement.
Okay.
Alright,
With the quick folk.
do it.
Hate this plan.
Hey, alright, but wait. If it opens up a secret door or something, so you're gonna get a key or something? If your path continues down another direction, how will you let us know?
We can use a spider. Oh.
Write a letter, and maybe it'll fly.
It's like it just keeps hitting the
It's like a bird trap.
I was just watching
the hatch
Magician.
open.
You guys watch The Magician with the books? The books
Oh,
are trying to find
Yeah, I'd say that. Still, you came back. I can't wait. Guys, I think we should stay together. I really think we should stay together.
No, I think you guys should really go get that key.
Let's go.
Okay, fine. Just drink your,
Swall.
take your medicine.
Go get it. Come back.
Medicine, please.
I never had it.
You did have it.
I gave it to you. Now you got to
The invisibility potion?
Yes.
Oh, there it is. There you go. Just kidding.
I hate this.
It's not poison.
Not this one. Wait. Maybe it is.
The taste is something that you would describe as coconut and metal.
Coconut and aluminum.
Just how Grandma makes it.
Is it black?
Metal than coconut. Tastes
Alright.
like Red Bull.
Am I invisible, guys?
Pull out my. Who said that? Wait. Yeah. You're still
Where is
out,
he?
but you're invisible. Yeah. I pull out my beholder beater and make a few adjustments, and like a heat wave, like a mirage comes up for a second, and then Grim fades out. And that is a spell slot, ladies and
The
gentlemen.
two of you fade away.
When can you do another familiar?
What do you do?
Quietly open the latch and
I
check to see if it's really
quietly
there.
approach the latch, wait for Finn to open it, go down after him.
I'll hold it from up here.
Give me a stealth check.
Do I have advantage for being invisible?
Yes.
Well, does it make sense?
I'll hold
though?
it
Like
open
it just
latch.
opened up invisible. That's that'd be
Slowly.
Well,
weird.
you're slowly opening it up.
Yeah.
To slowly open the door is definitely stealth.
Okay.
Sunday.
Oof. That is the worst stuff
This
roll I
one.
rolled tonight.
You'd have
Okay.
advantage.
I do.
I'm
I
holding
told
it.
you you did.
Grim just handed me a rope. I'm holding it.
Mm-hmm.
What's your total?
9.
9?
With advantage? Wait, did you take my fate roll the last time?
I don't believe so.
Then will you take it now?
I have not said what the outcome is yet.
Okay.
So are you going to give a fate roll to me or to him?
To you, a 3.
Okay.
It's like 3 plus 10. That's a perception. Oh god. Oh god.
Here's what happens.
Oh.
You slowly open the ceiling hatch, to peer down.
Nothing.
Just as you are about to start trying to slink down the hole, you hear the sound of footsteps coming. And you quickly lower it back down, but as you do so, you catch sight of a large man. He's coming up the stairs, and you see him kind of looking around. He's kind of got a bit of a nervous look to him, almost. And you see that as he gets up there, he kind of lets out a whistle. He goes, and you see him reach for around his back. And he tugs at something. Let's go, and he tugs at something again. He looks around, removes his breastplate up and over. He's got a sweaty tunic underneath, a green tunic. And then you hear a giggle, and the housekeeping woman comes around the corner and runs up to him. And she goes up behind and she grabs him by the shoulder. They kind of look at each other and glance, and they rush off towards the room with all the wine bottles. He kind of stops for just a second to look up. As he's beginning to look up, she pulls his shirt up and over his head, revealing a massive chest fro that he has going on. A bear hide rug beneath that green tunic.
Go on.
He happened to be looking right up towards. Gaze was going up to that hatch, but fate has dictated that tunic came up and over his face. With a push, she giggles and pushes him into the room. The candlelight dims from that direction, and you hear the door close.
The fates are kind.
The door just shut? Alright, I open it quickly
The door's
this
shut.
time, and I look around. Using my passive perception of 13, do I see anything?
Somebody's getting a cookie.
Hopefully it's not too quick.
See anything? No, you don't see anything. You just kind of hear in the back of your mind, oh, Harold. In the back of the room, you hear in the back of your mind.
That's Harold.
Wearing a helmet of telepathy? No, in the back of the room, you hear, oh, Harold.
What race is Harold?
He was a human. Was a human. Now he's a dead. Succubus got him. No, he is a human. He is a human.
Is there a way to lock the door from the outside?
And 10 seconds go by here.
Possibly.
Like, we've got locks. Like, is there a way to like...
There are keyholes,
There's not a whole lot.
so
I mean, if you wanted to like screw in a latch and put a padlock
Yeah.
on it. Yeah. What's
Does
that?
this make me go on invisible? Click. Okay, no. So
Everybody else is like, what's that noise? Harold.
oh Harold.
stop. Okay, so
Guy, Sunday's got a rope.
I've got it open.
Let's go down.
Yeah. Sunday lowers us down.
Yep.
With a rope?
Yeah.
Yep.
With Cole's help.
They slide it. Slide
Okay.
down the rope as I hold it.
You slide down quietly. Give me a stealth
Racing.
check. Anybody who's going down.
With advantage, because we're invisible.
Anybody coming with us?
18.
18?
Come on.
14 plus 4.
Got it.
18.
Okay. You're on the ground.
I give the rope a tug when we both get down.
Whoop.
You can peer over
Well,
the
it
edge.
is.
You see that there are a few people down there. You do not see the woman with green eyes. People seem to be kind of shifting into a new part of the shift. You see that a large squad of people have left through the back exit, and that it appears that there are only a handful of people now downstairs. There appear to be 2 people that you can see from the upper balcony at the front door and back door respectively. You hear that there is a clamor coming from the inside of the building, and it appears to be coming from underneath that first bedroom that you had seen.
From under here.
No, I'm sorry. Not that one. A clamor from the third bedroom, the one with the vanity mirror.
This one?
Yeah, there is a clamor coming from downstairs
Okay.
underneath about that.
Gotcha. Do you want to check out the last couple rooms on the top floor? Do we leave it exposed? Stick with the plan. Go downstairs. Let's go. Okay. Down the staircase.
Yep.
Yeah.
Down the staircase.
We slowly go down the staircase. Is there anybody who looks like they're going to be coming up it before we go down?
At this particular moment, you do not see anyone moving about. You can go ahead and erase the last of that little fog of war right there.
Sticking
So
to
this would
the.
be the room that
So not coming
Marie
off.
was coming from.
Okay, so we were told that there's 2 guards in the front and 2 in the back.
At each door, respectively, yes.
Oh, like every room?
No.
No.
The front door, 2 guards. Stand and watch. Back door, 2 guards. There's a back door right here, right in that curved wall.
Okay.
And then like a
Adjacent-
common room,
Yeah, it appears to be
that's
some
all
sort of a
glass.
common room.
and there was people in this room.
When we were
The two
outside,
people.
there
Yeah.
were, yeah.
The other people have left. It appears, based on the sight of it, now that you are closer, you see that the table itself has a few different sets of playing cards. There is a lot of
Is that the harp?
harpsichord, yes. You see that the tables have all kinds of different playing cards, knickknacks. You see that they were doing some sort of a gambling game. There's a few tankards and plates of half-eaten food
It's
that,
like a rec room,
yeah, it appears that they might have been taking their breaks here.
but no one's in there currently.
Only the 2 men at the door standing watch, adjacent to that fireplace.
Gotcha. And they can't see from where they are. They can't see into this room.
Hey, Grim. Was silence in the spellbook?
No.
See into what room? They are in that room.
Oh, they're in it. Okay.
Yeah, they're adjacent to the fireplace.
Okay. So sticking to the side of the spiral staircase, I slowly make my way down,
Okay.
and then once I get to the bottom of the stairs, I'm going to quietly sneak around this corner right here and just make a perception check and see if I've been noticed.
Stealth check.
13.
You pass.
Okay.
You creep along the wall, hugging the surface of the stucco and plaster. Moving around to the bottom, you duck underneath the arch of the stairwell into the room. You see the guards standing there. They kind of mumble a little bit to themselves. Your perception check can pick up that they actually are talking about something. You overhear. Roll 1d10 for me.
8.
You overhear. Hey. You ever hear once about somebody who pissed off Dagbull so bad that he had Garland cook him up in a pie? You're lying.
Garland?
No, serious.
Garland.
I'm telling you the truth. No, it ain't so. No. What did we have for dinner tonight?
Oh,
Meat pie. Yeah? And let me ask you seen Roland any times recently? Oh. You're pulling my leg. It's just a rumor. Something I heard. I'll tell you one thing though. I'm bringing my lunch tomorrow. Shut up. God, I hate you.
Can I use minor illusion to make it smell like meat pies?
It already smells like meat pie.
No.
There is a ruckus coming from that room where you actually smell the meat pie. Are you down there with him?
Yeah.
So from where you are, you can see that the fireplace that they are standing next to is actually open on both ends, and that you can see right through it. Though there is a very large fire in there currently at the moment, you can see that the other end is open to a large kitchen. You hear the sound of pots and pans clanging on different metallic surfaces. A rolling pin rolls off of a table and falls to the ground. It's like, ah!
I cast spells because it's invisibility.
Nobody gives me any thanks around here. I do all the work. I cook all the food. Shut up, you two! I did not cook Roland in a meat pie! You continue to give me trouble. Tomorrow there'll be no soup for you.
No soup for you. No soup for you.
You catch the glimpse of the chef. Just a glimpse of like his hands cooking as he puts a tray into this open fireplace. The only thing that you're able to make out are his very varicose, red-skinned hands.
Okay.
I can't tell race from it, like how tall he is. Like he couldn't be a human, right? If he's like taller than the fireplace.
All you got a glimpse of were his hands.
Hands in the fireplace.
Yeah, he was placing something in.
Did he
On a
bend
rack.
over?
What?
Did he bend over? Like
He
how
did,
tall's
but
the
you
guy?
didn't get a glimpse of his face.
Well, he's probably human then, right? If he's got human hands.
I don't know what else to tell you other than you saw his red hands, they're varicose, and you didn't see his face.
All right.
This is a
It's either a human or the Red Skull. Let's do this.
Hail Hydra.
I sneak quietly from my location over to the harpsichord.
Okay.
I can't see Grim at all, right?
What?
Yeah, so I don't know where Grim is at all. So as soon as we came down the stairs, I'm just like,
No, you guys are lost to each other.
yeah.
You got no idea.
Yeah.
No helmet telepathy.
Yeah, we're gone. Like,
All of my items that I have on me are invisible with me, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Good luck reading that music sheet.
you memorized it.
I did.
Oh.
I using my magnifying glass, I begin to investigate the harpsichord to see if I can understand where the mechanism part of it is. I mean, I
am not going to let your magnifying glass operate while it is invisible.
Hey, magic, come on.
That'd be a really cool trick. But I mean,
My eyes work, they're
Broke
invisible.
the game,
What difference
Daniel.
does it make?
Just use your regular eyes.
Yeah, okay, I'll use my regular
I'm
eyes.
using the glass
your
part. It's
man
invisible
eye.
already. You can see right through it. Everybody just sees this weird little warp of an orb flying around. What is that?
Oh, fine, okay.
Go ahead, give me an investigation on the harpsichord.
What color you want, Jesse?
The pink ones.
Of course.
Having those.
18.
You want one? You can have one. 18. The harpsichord is very beautifully designed and very well built. The thing itself is an absolute work of art, and an estimate based on this and the goods that you've seen move through Waterdeep, it's
Oh,
probably
God.
worth at least 1,000 gold by itself. Very well cared for, beautiful mahogany wood, carved, decorated. The keys themselves must be some sort of ivory, but for the most part, you don't see anything really out of the ordinary about it. There does happen to be a sheet of music on it.
Is it the song that what is it, Night?
Guys like what? What? Girls like butts.
The title of the musical piece is The Lament of the Dusk Lily.
Is that what this is?
Dusk Lily.
Can I read the language?
It's titled Lament of the Dusk Lily. I just told you that.
So,
Okay.
Dr. Sayus, Dr. Sayus. Alright, so I don't see Grim at all, and I start making my way over to the piano. Does anybody see the indirect eyesight of the piano right now? Because I know that there are two guards right here, correct? And then there are two guards on this side, right?
The two that are inside by the fireplace can see the harpsichord, yes.
Oh, they're by the fireplace right here? Oh, okay.
No, there are two fireplaces.
Oh, this is the kitchen. Ah, okay.
That's the kitchen.
Now it makes sense. to
Here's
me.
the guards.
I thought the kitchen was over here for some reason.
Those are the two guards. There are two other guards there.
Okay. We can't cast any spells to distract them, and I can't just start playing this in front of them. I know that, obviously. So, I'm gonna look around. Does it seem like there's any trapdoors from where I'm at that go into a basement?
Give me a perception search
Around the area that I'm at, I probably don't see one.
wherever you want to be at.
Yeah, I'm still beside the piano, looking it over to see if there's any eyesight, but yeah.
Roll a d20 for me.
Sunday's getting impatient. She's going.
They're dead. They're fucking dead.
God.
I got a
but
16.
she's huffing. Oh, are they gonna hurry up? Or what?
Okay.
Her snottiness coming out.
Alright.
How long's it gonna take?
Yeah, I don't perceive anything so far.
You don't hear any squeaking yet, so the little ones aren't dead.
Well, there's nothing I can do. When does it seem like they are going to switch the guards? Can I see what's outside?
You see that there are a few guards on the outside. There are a couple out doing a few rounds of the inside perimeter.
You got
looking
that
about.
marker?
One marker for you.
Thank you.
There are a few guards doing outside rounds of the perimeter.
Two there, and
Outside,
so there's
front
two out here, right?
Yep, two there. There's at least 5 moving about the outside perimeter.
So in groups of 1 and 2 again, or
In
like a
groups
big
of 5.
line? Okay. So like,
Yep, something like that. They're moving in a counterclockwise formation, while you believe there are probably 5 more moving in a clockwise formation outside the estate. You can assume that there are likely 5 inside the towers at the gatehouse itself.
5.
So that accounts for
Okay.
15, 20. That leaves about 6 guards unaccounted for.
Well, we got
10.
We got one getting it
we got-
on.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
Howard.
captain's upstairs somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Let's get it out.
I am going to start searching from
If I
here
use chalk, it would still
over
show up as invisible, right?
for a
So-
secret door, trap door, what have you.
Okay, you give me a search. What's your question about Chalk?
If I pulled out a piece of chalk, if I could find it, would it still be invisible and written?
I have chalk on me.
Let's find out.
20.
Yeah.
20.
Not a natural.
You do not see any secret compartments, doors, or anything like that in that area.
I have chalk.
Okay, I'm gonna creep my way over to this
chalk.
little
What chalk we
alcove
got?
of a room right over here.
Okay.
Right.
So we can get something.
Looking over the papers here, you see that it's some sort of a command table. It bears lists of men and women scheduled for training who will be here, shift changes. There is a piece of paper that is left halfway filled out that consists of inventory, orders, incoming orders, and outgoing supplies, that sort of thing. There's an order there for a large shipment of firewood to be coming in, a few potions and the like. It even seems to have a note that Oren Grauhund is expecting to visit the estate soon, unannounced within the next few days. It could be tonight, might not be in the next day or tomorrow, and they don't give the details on that to keep everyone on their toes, it would seem. As well as amongst all those, you come across an unusual looking hourglass that sits on a table. It's ornamental. It's like mostly, it's functional, but it has a lot of nice ornamentation on it. It has a jade base on both ends and has 3 carved dragon heads on each part of it. It appears to be a valuable art piece. You're guessing it's worth at least 200 gold in of itself. There's an inscription on the bottom. It says "Time flies." -M-.
Okay, that's cool. Keeping a mental note of that particular awesome little item. I guess I'll take a look around this room for any secret doors or trap doors or anything.
On the perception search.
Yeah.
Finn, you just standing there at the harpsichord, itching to play.
No, I actually want to move around. Can I check out what this is?
That's where.
That's where
he already went through that.
As you go over there, you
Okay.
happen to bump into Finn a little bit, and you see that this hourglass rocks just ever so slightly before you fumble to grab it.
Wish they'd hurry up.
Okay.
Are we good? Did anything bad happen?
He's talking to you.
Are you okay? What's up? Did you find anything?
No.
Stage whisper. Stage whisper.
What's up? Did you find Fallout?
No, just be careful, Grim.
Okay, I think you be careful. You almost knocked over that glass. It's very valuable, can't you tell? I can't.
Silently out of nowhere, all of a sudden around the corner, a woman in a black robe.
I get up against the wall.
With a woman in a black cloak with a scarf, bandit mask style, across her face with virgin eyes.
It's Mikasa.
Silently walks around the corner, completely unheard and unannounced to you. She makes her way directly over to the table and starts putting some papers down and signing some documents. Give me a stealth check, the two of you.
Did saying I went up against the wall help me at all?
Oh God.
Yeah, sure. You made a bunch of noise on your way over to it.
Why?
Yeah, right.
Why do you have to roll now, man? Don't say anything, Jesse. Like you said. I'm scared. She rolled a 6.
She rolled a 6.
Mm-hmm.
What did you roll?
I rolled an 11.
Finn?
I got a 13. I'm rolling these one at a time for now. Well done.
I'm taking a cookie out that I stole from the kitchen.
I don't know what that means. I'm scared. You're up against the wall? Or are you just standing there at the table frozen in fear?
I have hidden up against one of the table legs just under the desk. Like,
I'm gonna hand Cole a cookie. Came out of my little satchel.
I stole this from Harlan out of the kitchen.
You,
Put it in my pocket.
I'm eating mine.
she's at
You're
the
a very
table.
weird woman.
Bored.
Signs a few things.
Do I recognize anything that's going on?
You recognize that she's at this table and she's signing a few things. You can't
Can I
really...
make investigation check on her?
Okay.
Does it seem like she notices us?
That's an insight check.
Yeah,
Yeah. You said investigation.
I'm at insight.
Come on, Finn. Come on, Finn.
It's still 15.
Come on, little
15.
Fanny, come out. Little Fanny.
It's difficult to say because you can't see her face really except for her eyes.
Yeah, but those are the windows of the soul.
They are.
Aww.
And if you had
Do
something...
they twitch a little bit over toward Grim?
Somebody just said there's a massive spider on the wall somewhere, and now I'm freaking out. It's not funny.
That's good.
It's not funny.
It's probably that familiar.
Right?
Cool, Mark, man. Not funny, dude. Roll initiative.
yeah.
Tiny spider on the wall.
Oh.
That's awesome.
Okay, what's happening?
She signs a few documents, and you see her stop from time to time. She taps her quill. She looks up and looks... Goes back to signing documents. Pulls out a few more pieces of paper, opens up a ledger, signs something, rips out a sheet, puts down the writing again. And she stops. She puts the quill down. And she walks around the table.
She smells your bromide butt.
She goes up to the window, peers out, moves the curtain a little bit so she can see. Takes a moment, stares, turns back around, looks down and around, goes back to the table, scribbles something down. Reaches into her pocket, pulls out a key, sets it down on the table, and walks away. She stops just before turning the corner, looks over at the harpsichord, and then back around at the table before disappearing around the corner. Finn, you can catch one last glimpse of her as she seems to round the corner going towards the stairwell.
Quietly,
No.
I want to see what she wrote on that piece of paper.
I just say no. Do not move. Stir.
Finn.
Stir.
You very quietly creep out from underneath the table and stand up to your full height. Your hands
Oh, man.
sweating
Here we go.
with anxiety. Your gut churning. You move over.
You gonna ring a bell? Mom's Spaghetti?
Okay, it could be Chris's spaghetti.
No,
Oh, we got cookies. What are you doing? We got cookies. We're having cookies and milk upstairs.
Oh my god.
You look over to
Need on the
see.
job.
You look over to see the key, weighting down a piece of paper. There is a very short scribbling of a message on there, and it says, "I know you're here."
I seen that coming. That's awesome.
Maybe we should talk.
Oh my god. Okay.
We're gonna get down.
I know you're there.
You little bastard. No.
Right now, freaking get. You need to come and go get this right now. Come, get over.
I very quietly but very quickly look, and then I look up where I would think Grim is. I'm just like,
She knows.
yeah.
What do we do?
I don't know. Maybe don't fail stuff. Gosh.
I feel like I'm gonna talk to her.
About what? What do you got in common?
Maybe a lot. I don't know. She lives in Taurus.
Luna, get down.
Anyways, what you want to do? Do you want to go get coal? Do you want to go get something?
Okay, she went upstairs, right?
She knows. You know what? Okay. She knows.
Okay, well, let's go upstairs.
So we're just gonna go upstairs. She knows. She's going upstairs.
Take that key.
Take the key. If I take the key, then that
Alright, then leave the key then. Let's go upstairs.
Okay. Let's go.
So just stealthing our way upstairs.
Okay. You make your way up the stairs to the top.
Do we see?
No.
She didn't go upstairs.
I reach into my pocket.
Mm-hmm.
I pull out a tiny bit of sand.
Okay.
Is there anybody around me?
Not that you can see.
I'm on the stairwells right here, right?
Sure.
I throw a little bit in front of me.
All right.
Does it bounce off anywhere?
No.
Okay.
You know what? I can't. I'm afraid. I feel like that this Esmeralda chick's gonna steal the freaking key, dude. I'm super scared about that. I think we should go back and get the key like right now. I don't think we should. I feel like we should go now.
And then she's gonna know if you did.
She already knows. She literally said, "I know."
A trap.
Okay, I'll follow you, buddy. Let's go back upstairs.
She steals the key, whatever.
Louder. I can't hear you.
Okay. I start making our way up the stairs, and I say, "Let's go. Come on."
Same. I go upstairs quietly.
They still love making like hardcore in that room. We just hear that.
We're not going to go into that.
I'm just saying.
You get to the top of the stairs and you
I
look,
want details.
you look to the left and you look to the right. And you don't see anyone up here. As far as you can tell, all of the doors are closed.
None of them have been open just recently or like cracked. Okay, so we're back on the second floor. You got one of those. No, it would. Gosh, you don't have a regular piece of paper, do you?
No. Use the prestidigitation.
To what?
Knock on the.
No, I can't. Otherwise, I'll lose invisibility. So I can't reach the top.
Yeah, we didn't think this part through very well, did we?
Yeah, I can't knock or make a
We
noise.
got these little arms.
You really ought to try these cookies, Paul. They're good.
I'm like, hey,
Do I hear?
Do we hear anything?
hey.
I'm like, you know what?
What's your perception?
12.
They're obviously waiting for a signal, right? Like, hands on their feet.
How high up is the? Wait,
I'll
what's
roll
this?
to give me an
Is the
advantage.
ladder thing nearby?
12 too.
Yeah.
The ladder thing's nearby.
There is a wall tapestry that you can see, and you see that they sequester the ladder behind this tapestry so it's out of sight and not such an unsightly obstruction.
Okay. I'll go over there and see if it's too heavy for me. Can I grab it myself?
You can grab it. It's well built.
Okay.
You're grabbing a tapestry?
No, the ladder.
You're gonna put the ladder on it?
What else are we gonna do?
Okay.
Yeah, we'll put the ladder on.
Okay.
That's what I do.
Take the ladder, you kind of knock it into place a little bit. You guys hear a thud on the trapdoor down below.
Jump up.
Grim, you feel a hand on your shoulder.
What are you doing? Get out! Give everything away.
Dude, you took off and left us. Go.
I had to scout.
Oh, yeah. What'd you find?
No. What did I find?
Yeah.
What did you find?
I found
the key.
A lot. What did you find?
Hey, hold on.
We hear this? The
Captain knows
going down.
Grim's here.
Oh, that's great.
I'm just telling you as a heads up.
Why didn't you just tell me there's a key down there?
There's also a key downstairs.
Oh, that's good. We're gonna need that.
Yeah, I know that. Did you find the trapdoor or anything that like leads to the downstairs?
I did. I found a trapdoor. I don't know how to get it open.
It's probably that key that's sitting on the table downstairs.
The cook almost figured me out. I knocked a rolling pin over.
That was you?
Yeah. Wow. The trapdoor is in the kitchen.
There's so much going on, you guys.
Esvel, we're thinking about taking out the captain.
You're gonna take out the captain?
No.
Finn makes some really good cookies.
You guys are just looking at like this ladder. It's not. It's like
Eating my cookies.
It's just floating.
yeah. It's just kind of like standing itself up and like rocking back and forth.
We didn't open the thing, and we just heard a thud.
We just heard the thud and I was still
Yeah, we didn't open the trapdoor.
Oh, okay.
But so can I?
chewing my cookie.
Well, the
Can I
rest
put
of
my
you
ear
guys,
down?
there's just this ladder standing itself up, rocking a little bit.
So now that we haven't heard anything for a while,
I'm just chatting.
We don't hear
I'm
any
putting my
whispers.
head down to listen.
Yeah.
Now do I hear their voices?
Give me a perception check.
Oh my god.
My 12 doesn't do it.
They're whispering,
I don't
and
know.
it is through wood.
Okay, then no, I don't hear anything.
So should I put the ladder back?
Yeah,
I feel like
put the
we're
ladder
wasting a lot
back.
of time
Put
here.
the ladder
I
back.
feel like we're very exposed.
Just put the ladder back.
I'm gonna put the ladder back.
What's your plan?
I was gonna use the ladder to go back upstairs and get those guys, and then we're gonna come down, and we're gonna get the key, we're gonna find the trapdoor, and we're gonna save
I found the trapdoor, but I can't open it.
Where is it?
It's in the kitchen. I told you.
We need the key.
Okay, alright.
There's no keyhole on it.
What?
There's no keyhole. There must be some other switch or something. I can't open the trapdoor.
That's where the music comes in, Finn. It's a two-step
Esvel,
authentication.
we gotta play the piano.
The
The
harp.
harpsichord.
Yeah.
Go play it.
The guards are looking directly at it.
Cause a distraction? Cause a distraction. Sunday.
No.
Okay,
your
that was
friends.
a little older. That was a little louder, I mean.
Yeah.
She taps with her rapier.
Okay.
Thank you.
I
I
peek.
tap back.
No. I open up and peek down.
Come on, get down here. Let's go.
I think it's okay. I just tapped.
You want us to come down?
Open up the hatch. Slowly.
We can't do all this invisible.
Yeah, we are. We are gonna do this invisible.
I'll cause a distraction. You get to the harpsichord.
Okay. How big of a distraction are you gonna be? Like, are you gonna get everybody in the house's attention out front or out back or something?
Guess we'll just have to wait and see.
All right, wild card. I believe in you.
So when I go get it, Finn, meet you all in the kitchen somewhere? Where's the trapdoor?
Okay,
Shit,
Grim,
I
you and I,
gotta
we're gonna go down there first. We're gonna get the key. We're gonna have to go and get over there.
go inside the kitchen.
You guys are gonna have to stay on the top of the stairs. Get ready.
Jump down.
Sounds like you guys got it really taken care of.
Yeah, right? It's going great.
Yeah. Finish my cookie.
Shut it.
You want that cookie now, Cole?
Hey! Hey!
Open it.
Wait for our signal. Listen for a piano.
And then what? Harpsichord. For Christ's sake.
Jesus Christ!
And then what?
Where'd you find this guy at? And then what? I don't know.
All right, we'll wait for the signal then.
All right, well, what? Are we gonna start taking people out? Because we all gotta get down there.
Oh my god, let's go.
Give me the bag of holding.
You are a bag of holding.
Hey, wait, if they hand me a bag of holding, it's just gonna be a bag of holding.
Yeah, we don't need a bag of holding right now. Finn, you said we're gonna do this.
There is the very soft, quiet sound of footsteps going down the stairs,
Okay.
and then it becomes completely silent. you believe Esvela Rosner has just begun her phase of the plan.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's go. That's right.
Good luck.
Cole's like,
So that's when the captain told me, secure the rigging, Cole. I was like, fine, Captain.
anyway.
Oh dear God.
In the attic?
Yeah.
This is like
Knuckleheads.
is this an R. Kelly music video?
That's gonna kill some followers.
I sneak back downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get the key.
You get downstairs.
Pretty painful.
You go over, you grab the key, and as you pick it up a little bit, you realize that the key floats midair because you're invisible, and you put it back down and you think about and ponder what you're going to do. Finn, you move over to the harpsichord. You wait,
I wait for my distraction.
and go ahead and flip that over for me. It's actually not very long until... Where is it? Here. It's not very long until the two guards at the door are like, hey, what is that? Oh, by the gods, a fire! And you hear as a horn lets out, and the two guards at the back door come rushing this way. Yeah, the sound of people upstairs and people in this room over here come dashing around the corner. Even the chef, a tiefling, comes out from the kitchen by the name of Garland, and everybody comes rushing out. They're like, "Oh, we need water! We need water!" And so you start to see a few people rushing back and forth between this area. Where's my laser? Between this area and in here. They're going back and forth. A few people come out and begin trying to get anything and everything they can, as it would appear that a rug has caught fire and there is a pretty substantial blaze in that room.
Oh shit.
What do you do?
Which?
They seem
show me one more
distracted.
time. Which area to which area?
I'm going to start playing.
From the water well
Okay.
to the front area.
Yeah, I believe there's a door here,
Okay.
and they have to go through the door here and around.
That's a long
Yeah, all bets
one.
are off. I'm just gonna do this. Start playing.
What do you mean all bets are
Do
up?
it.
We're good. Yeah, go.
Yeah, I mean I can't. Okay. Yeah, make.
Give me a performance check to play this harpsichord
Come on, performer.
that you are somewhat...
I don't have advantage, right? Yeah. So.
No.
Anyway. Do 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 do. Oh, that is a 3 plus
Do you have
5.
any more of those dice? Before I tell you the effect?
Doesn't work.
It doesn't matter anyways, because
I can
you're
use.
tuning it.
You flub it. You're like trying to get the keys right, but then like you stumble and it's like dun, 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 dun.
Damn it! I haven't learned this yesterday.
While
try
he's
again.
doing that, I am taking the key,
it's a
running
harp, it's
towards
like
the
this.
kitchen. On my way by,
No, it's a harpsichord.
I am going to throw
The twangy noise,
a bag of my caltrops
like picture still.
right here.
I
This
know.
is where they all have to run through, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Caltrops scatter across the ground.
I try again.
Okay, go ahead and give
And
it
then I
another
make
shot.
my way into the kitchen, start looking for the trapdoor.
Dear Lord, please be with me, Buddha.
That looks
14 plus 4 or 5. 19.
Finn gets to work on the harpsichord, playing notes as quickly as he can in a sequence on the musical sheet. You make your way to the kitchen, and there are a few people passing by. You hear them rush through the main stairwell, and they hit caltrops, and they some stumble and scream and yell. It's like, ah! Oh, my feet! Where did these come from? you feel a tap on your shoulder. You look behind, frightened, and you see nothing. As you look behind you and see nothing, you realize it's Vela, and she says, "I found the switch. I can't get it.
Show me.
It's in the fire."
Balls.
You look towards the fire, and you see that inside the actual fire, beneath the cooking food on the rack, buried in the logs, there is indeed some sort of a pull lever, an iron pull lever.
Here, let me get out my grappling hook.
As your rope combusts.
Okay.
Not
I
immediately.
drop concentration
It's a
on
cable rope.
invisibility at that
That's
moment,
wire.
and I cast Unseen Servant.
Okay. Unseen Servant summons up. He is in front of you, but unseen. Meanwhile, on the harpsichord, you're playing away, and finally you hit the last key, the crescendo, and it's bling. And harpsichords let out a really weird, unusual sound. Kind of a combination of like a harp and a harmonica.
Yeah.
They sound weird. So you hit that, and as you do so, one of the keys pops up, and underneath the ivory key is a second key.
Oh.
Quickly you grab it, you push the key back down, and you make your way towards the kitchen where Grim is. The two of you have been hearing a cacophony of sounds and noises and everything happening down underneath for some
You
time
smell
now.
smoke or anything yet?
There's smoke. Yeah, there's
Do I hear
definitely.
the harpsichord?
You hear the
I
harpsichord,
have it cracked.
and you're listening. And as
Okay.
soon as it starts playing, that is your cue. So,
Let's go.
what do you do?
Jump down.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay, and
what
we're
do
in
we have?
uniform still.
Yeah.
In guard uniform. Okay.
Yeah.
Just keep your head down. Let's go.
What do we have, Grim, to grab this?
Unseen Servant, baby. Should be up.
Bang
As soon as I get an opportunity.
Let's make our way down to the harpsichord.
Let's go.
So
Right behind you.
I make my way back to the stairs to see if I can see Cole and Sunday, and I'm trying to keep an eye out for him.
no bark.
So I'm invisible.
What happened with the harpsichord, Finn?
Yeah.
Did you yell that at me?
Yeah. I asked you before you took off.
Okay, before I took off, I said to him, "Got a second key."
Give it to me.
So, how do you get down to the kitchen where they are?
Flip it. Oh shoot! Yeah, forgot about the two
Staircase?
guys in the other room.
Down
Okay.
in the stairs.
So we staircase down, and then so we end up right here where the cow traps are.
Yeah, and you see that there are a few people there. They are seemingly standing up and confused and in pain as a few of them pluck these jagged bits of metal out of their boot. They kind of look around and they make some eye contact with you.
I grab the bucket. No, I wouldn't know. Never mind.
Give me a deception check for your guys' uniform armor. You are in it. You're dressed as a guard.
Oh my god!
Wow. They don't want
23.
nothing
Damn!
from you guys today.
23.
Damn!
Straight up.
Deception.
Yeah.
Yep.
Straight
I get
up
plus
captains right
17.
Plus 6.
Damn!
Oh.
These two guards look at you
26.
in a glance, real quick, and immediately get back to like plucking things off the ground. And I'm like, I don't know, who dropped them? Must have fell out of a pack. I don't know. And they are leaning against the wall. They don't pay much attention. The two of you hurry by.
Heading toward the harpsichord.
As they are about to hurry by, I slap his leg.
Who's like?
Cole's.
Finn hits you in the leg.
Ow!
Something touched me. Something bit me.
Hey, it's me. What? Come with me.
Quit talking to yourself and get some water.
All right, here we go.
I make it look like I'm not holding his hand, but I
Get off the ground,
grab
slubs.
his shirt.
He doesn't need to pull very hard. I follow where
pulling
he
where
tucks.
I'm pulling.
Sunday, follow me.
Yeah.
And the two of you make your way to the kitchen.
I holler at them guys.
Get off the ground, you slugs.
Unseen servant reaches into the fire and pulls the small lever up and twists it, and you hear the mechanical sound of metal scraping on metal. The door to the pantry is opened up by somebody there, but you cannot see. And inside is a trap door, which is now swinging on hinges to an underground basement.
What?
Alright, I throw out more ball bearings onto the floor inside the kitchen.
Ball bearings scatter across the ground.
Alright, and I hurriedly say,
Let's get inside. I jump down.
Yeah.
like I jump down as well.
Okay? One by one, you funnel in to this basement area.
How do we shut the door?
Where's the fire again? Sorry.
Exactly that.
Where's the fire?
Fire was in this room here.
Okay.
It seems as Vela had set the carpet on fire.
Okay.
People are scrambling to get the fire put out before it consumes the building.
Okay.
Esvelda, did you make it in here?
Yeah. First one in.
Guys, I hope there's not a third key.
I got a key.
Look, I don't know what to expect down
I
here.
don't know where it's from.
I have no idea. So, good luck. It's actually at this particular moment, right now, this exact minute, her invisibility potion drops.
Oh.
Okay then.
Okay.
Did it.
I will not be relying on that.
I see you.
Get back at you.
We need to start setting up traps behind us.
My God.
Is the ground loose?
I
Like
say we
dirt?
start another
It
fire.
is stone. This is a
Stone? Like
this is a constructed basement. As you look around, those of you with dark vision, you see that it is 100% a basement. There are a few barrels here and there. There's actually a few slabs of stone that are set out with bits of meat cut into fine slices on them that are chilling on the cold stone, keeping it
Gold stone.
keeping it fresh for longer. They even have a few bits of hardened packs of snow and ice that were pulled in to try and chill the basement for their food stores.
I swear to God, if our orphans are down here already.
I swear to God, if we just jumped inside a refrigerator instead of
You did.
instead of the thing we're supposed to be getting
We jumped in
into.
the freezer.
There's no way out.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Freezer.
There's an Odie.
Hold on, I lean up against something. I was like, "Oh my God, there's a stiff in here!"
$50 bill. $50 bill.
That happens exactly, but nobody. You have dark vision?
No.
So only you two realize that he just bumped into a large hog.
Nice.
I gotta use the restroom.
It's not down there. I call out, Paula, Paula, are you down here? I start searching
Crickets. You hear
the room.
crickets.
Perception search.
I'm not the best at these. 13. You look around. There are two massive wine kegs up against one of the walls. The other sides of the walls have various bits of hooked meats hanging from the ceiling, as well as sacks of grain and flour and other cooking utensils. You see that they have some earthen jars and glass vases that they are keeping milk and other dairy products in. There's several shelves and racking full of fine cheeses, as well as more racks upon racks upon racks of very, very expensive wine. The bottle is all tilted just the right way for the sediment and the yeast to settle on the bottom of the bottle. For the most part, you don't really see anything out of the ordinary. It looks completely like a place that you would store your food. It's just an oversized frozen
starts
pantry.
throwing all those wine bottles in his bag of holding.
Cole is doing exactly that. He's just loading these bottles after bottle after bottle.
I'm gonna search for like
But
secret levers
Grim,
and shit.
Grim, you do come across something unusual. One of these massive wine kegs, about 5 feet high, lying on its side. You see that there are scrape marks in an arc to the side of it.
So don't have to.
I start looking for hinges, a latch, a way to open it.
You don't see any hinges or latches. The only thing about it that you can see about it is that, one, you tap on it and it does sound a little hollow, and two, it has a spigot.
I try the spigot.
Testing the spigot, turn the crank on it, and as you do so, the motion of you turning it, it gets more and more loose, and eventually the door kind of gives way as the top of the keg, or the side in this case, normally the top, is in fact a swinging hatch.
Hey!
Opens up to a tunnel.
What'd you find, Grim?
Hopefully probably our friends.
There's a strike. A small torch flutters. Esvel Rosner holds it up and aloft. I can't see.
Right this way.
I see you
my
again.
lady.
She takes the torch, stands behind Cole. Lets Cole go first.
How tall is the...
How many bottles of wine did I just steal?
You just fill like everything you could full.
Into the bag of holding? Yeah.
78.
Nice.
Who has the other bag?
I got
That
one.
bag of holding is probably
Right, so you
brimming
got
with
one,
wine
he's got
now.
the other one now.
I got one.
You put 75 bottles in?
78.
He got 78 bottles of wine. 78 bottles of wine on the rack, 78 bottles in the bag.
Any champagne do they stall?
Shout out to Grok.
Some Cristal.
No.
No,
Cristal Waterdeep.
that would be a fortune.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
78 bottles of champagne do they stall?
Be rich. I was like,
After grabbing the last one, I turn and
We're
see that they
done.
opened up the passage, and I start walking
we
through.
found the vault. Champagne doing stuff. Each bottle's 500 apiece. I'm retiring.
Yeah.
We got the treasure. What about Fallout? Who? You step into the
Buy a
cave,
new one.
the large cask that opens from the side, and you move in. You close the gate behind you, and from this side, it has a similar mechanism. You're able to twist it back into place to keep it secure. And down into the tunnel you go.
Is there a way to lock it?
In the tunnel.
No. There is no lock on here.
No. Can we put a lock on it?
There is not a latch with a
Have a
hook for
padlock?
you to put a padlock on. Once again, if you had the time to screw one on, maybe.
Yeah, right. Where's my like walking? What do you call those things? Like a jam?
A jam.
Yeah.
Put an iron spike in it.
Yeah. Okay. Except for I don't have those.
Yeah.
All right, moving on.
No. Let's go.
So, you proceed. It is a very short tunnel of wood before it opens up into stone. Carved, hewn stone. It is about 10 feet wide on the bottom and moves up to an arch of about the same height. It is dark and it smells of cold earth and moisture, much as what you would expect a natural cave to smell like. You move down into the darkness, moving.
We have a torch.
Yep, torch. But that doesn't mean that you're moving into the darkness in front of you.
That's right.
I light another torch,
Moving into the light.
You light a second torch.
and that probably drops my invisibility, right?
It's getting close
Actually
to an
no.
hour.
It's just a floating torch now.
Oh, cool.
I would assume that your invisibility is still good, although I believe your invisibility will be over pretty soon. So,
So is there now dirt below us, or is it still just
it's carved stone,
yeah?
hewn right into the ground. It's not long before you immediately start moving down at a slope. Down and down.
Sorry, did I see the mechanism at all that worked the keg
Yeah,
open and closed?
it's essentially just a spigot, and from this side you can see the same
Yeah,
mechanism.
from the backside.
Yeah, however, from here you can see that as you twist it, it lowers and raises basically a wooden doorstop of sorts, a deadbolt.
Okay, can I just pull it out so that it can't move? Like just from our side, just like, is there like a cog that turns?
You could break it so that it would not open. However, it would break it from both sides.
I asked Sunday to allow me to look inside the bag of holding so that I can pull out my carpenter's tools.
Okay.
Can we just
can I
jam it?
install a jam really quick?
Just in whatever the
Yeah.
mechanism is.
I've got nails and stuff and a hammer.
The way that the deadbolt is, if you break it, it'll break from both sides, but it's really just a deadbolt that's dropped in there.
Yeah.
So,
There's a way to lock it? Is that what you're saying?
Can we put a heavy weight
Like-
on top of it?
carpenter's tools, do you have nails?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Is it inside the kit? Does it say that?
Yeah. It totally does.
I'll believe you. We'll go for it. I'm not going to slow that down by making you look for nails.
I mean,
but
I'm sure I bought nails in my carpenter's kit, right?
I don't know. Have you? If it's not on your sheet, you don't have it. But we'll go with it and say. So sure, you pull out a couple of nails, and with a quick, heavy pounds that echo throughout the entire chamber, you drive a thick, fat nail right through that block of wood and into the actual door, secret door itself, locking it in place.
Good job. Let's go.
Now my invisibility's gone.
Probably. You move down, the ground slopes down into the darkness, the tunnel extends on for a very long time, and it is beginning to feel like you might even enter into the depths of Undermountain itself. Eventually, you do come to another door. It is a large iron door, and on both sides of it, 10 feet apart, on the wall, are two padlocks that are set into the stone. Two lock sets that are set into the stone, not a padlock. These lock sets themselves look very old. They are rusted, but each one has its own keyhole. The doors themselves appear to be very securely locked as you give them a test push to see if it can open.
There's 2 different doors.
It's a double door, and it's locked in place, doesn't budge. And on the walls on both sides are 2 keyholes.
Can I check for traps?
I hope to
Certainly,
God
give me
she
an
gave you the
investigation.
right key, dude.
What?
I said, I hope to God she gave you the right key, dude.
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
So that's a good point. Fin movement.
Nope.
What'd you get?
A 5.
A 5.
Looking for traps.
Can you detect magic?
I certainly can. I take. You want to take a let's look over this again. I'll cast a spell.
Okay.
I use detect magic as a ritual.
Could you make an Arcana check first to see if there's magic to sense it?
Do I see any runes or any signs of enchantment that are not outright magical?
You do not sense anything magical in your area.
Okay. And that's without the result of a detect magic spell?
That is with a detect magic.
Okay. It's not magical in the element. So
Sorry. Let's put the keys in there.
do you want to take a look at it one more time?
He has absolutely no reason to think that he rolled low, so I'm not going to allow that.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Or she.
She.
I
Yeah.
think we should do it at the same
Put
time.
the keys in.
Put the keys in together?
Mm-hmm.
And turn at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Good idea.
Would I have any insight into, like, looking around for traps? I mean, using my passive perception of 13, do I see anything?
You do not see anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
Nothing that catches your attention.
Okay. Let's trigger this.
How high up are these keyholes?
About average height.
Alright.
Does it make more sense for these two to do it than for us two to do it? Like, are we gonna be like?
You're like 4 something. You're not like
You like that?
you're not like 2 feet. You're not
Yeah.
like opening the door like this. It's
Okay.
more like the keyhole is like about here on you.
Okay.
Right in your face.
Before we do this, I drink that potion of force resistance.
Good call. Good call. Good call. On 3.
1, 2, 3.
Both keys inserted and twisted to the side. You hear the locking mechanism. You hear the locking mechanism on the door as 2 bolts unlock themselves.
Okay.
Push up really well.
Yeah.
You push the door and it swings lazily on its hinges into a tunnel.
Tunnel.
Do both door like it? It's the same tunnel, right? Like they didn't open to a different room.
It opens to a tunnel,
Mm-hmm.
much like the one that you're in now, except there is a difference to this tunnel. It's a bit narrower, and there are alcoves spaced about every 8 feet. And in these alcoves, each one has a statue. The statue itself is of a hooded figure with a sword held like this. The sword straight up into the air. The figures themselves are faceless, but they stare at each other. And there is an inscription on the ground before all of these. The inscription, can't talk tonight. The inscription itself says, "Faceless men face their fears, only the shame are speared." I'm sorry, no. "Faceless men face their foes, confess a sin, only the shamed are spared."
I lost it after
Faceless men face their foes, confess your sins, only the shameless are spared.
Only the shamed are spared.
That's interesting. Do I see any light or anything down this tunnel?
It's dark all the way down. There are 6 statues.
Do I detect any magic?
There does appear to be a faint aura of magic on these statues.
What school?
I believe it is transmutation.
Okay, so there's a very curious school of magic. So these the statues could be not statues. The riddle could maybe, if we don't get it right, we could become statues or something worse, something even worse maybe.
What's worse than being a statue, Graham?
A frog. Have you ever been a frog?
No.
A quick folk.
When I was still an apprentice. Well, later. We can
I
talk
punched Sunday in the arm.
That's awesome.
Punch in the arm.
Yeah.
Feels like soft dough slapping.
Right.
Yeah. It's like I feel Duff's soft dough as I punch into Sunday.
And it reminds me of one of the cookies that I have, so I started eating it.
Okay. So here's what there was a bit of a riddle, and it says, faceless men face their foes, confess your sin, only the shamed are spared. So,
What? Like, we gotta say, hey, we stole this shit?
Okay.
Repeat that again for me.
faceless men face their foes, confess your sins, only the shamed are spared.
Can you explain the room again to me?
It is a hall. 6 statues. Each one faces the one across from it in an alcove. They are spaced roughly 8 feet apart. And each one holds a sword in its hand as these faceless statues stand at the ready.
Alright, so it was transmutation magic.
Yeah, buddy.
They are probably alive, like golems.
Well, Sunday says, well, let's go. I walk up and I say, I've killed a man and I feel bad for it.
Do you feel bad for it?
Do you feel bad for
Just
it?
out of curiosity.
Which man?
Statue rolls an
of them
inside
I
check.
felt bad.
That's no statue.
Okay, and so what are you doing? You're walking down the hall?
Yeah, I said I've murdered and I feel shamed. And walk down the hall to the door.
You walk down the hall,
Past him.
past them. You can make it to the other side of the
Okay.
6 statues. Turn
Turn
around.
around and go,
I knew you would.
that's Sunday.
This is
I'm over here. I'm over here.
my only friend.
Come on, guys. That was easy.
Nothing happens?
As Villa looks at you and looks at the rest of the group. I robbed 10,000 gold from the Castlanters.
I knew it! I'm just kidding.
And she steps through, passing all of the statues.
So she felt bad about it?
I'll go next. I am unwelcome at my home. And I walk through.
It's a heavy load, Grim.
Nothing happens. You walk through.
I. Sunday.
Eh.
I've been.
Come on, Grim.
I've been laundering money through your charity. I'm sorry.
You don't even know the name of my charity.
Yeah, I do. And I walk down the hall.
It strikes you all of a sudden that he's telling the truth as he walks past the statues.
Now I want to kill him. I won't. I'll wait.
I take a wide berth around Sunday as I reach her on the other end. It was before I knew you. I didn't.
Stop talking. I don't want to hear another word.
You've met your dad.
Uh-huh.
That's all.
Uh-huh.
What do you got, Finn Littleman?
I'm innocent. I can't go any further.
Yeah, honestly. You guys are awful. So I'm just kidding. Except for Cole. He was kind of banished.
You're laundering money out of my charity. Where is the money?
Just do that for a few seconds. I gotta keep thinking.
It's just really not that. I haven't. All my money's been going to things.
And you know what?
I feel
think
bad
you're
about the way I
stuttering.
keep treating Harland.
Phony baloney, too.
He's actually a really good chef.
You're like lying.
Do you feel bad about that?
Yeah, I do feel bad about it.
And so you step through the statues and you arrive on the other side.
You didn't know if that was true or not. Like, you were sure it was
Doubting his own.
Honestly, I've never even tried the food.
That's true.
Yeah, that moment you realized you
That
never
cookie.
tried to
Yeah,
take
no, the
these
cookie
foods.
was the first thing. The cookie. Yeah, I had to test if it was poisonous or not, and it wasn't. So, yeah, he's a decent cook. We didn't die.
The tunnel proceeds.
Oh God.
It goes even further and deeper into the darkness of this vault of sorts. Before long, it comes to an unusually shaped dead end. It looks as if 4 panels of stone have slid into an area at various degrees, creating sort of a geometric shape, which only leaves a hole this big in the wall. The hole itself is lit on the other side, and you are able to see the end of a tunnel. Roughly 50 feet away, there appears to be a pull lever on a wall.
I immediately say to Esvel, "Do not do that. You'll die.
What?
Don't try to misty step it. It's too far. You'll die.
Okay.
You'll turn into a meat cube, and then nobody will be able to get through."
What's the plan?
Well, let's think about that for a second. What is the plan?
I don't have any wood. I can't build a big old hole.
Oh, so that was the plan?
Dude, 50 feet? Yeah, 50-foot
Build a
pole.
big pole.
Yeah, guys, let me go build that 50-foot pole.
Can I do a
Can I
perception
just
check
die now?
around the area?
Yeah.
12.
Looking at it, it appears that the way that the wall itself is built is more for a sort of decoration. It is not actually 4 pieces of stone that have slid into place, but they have been carved that way, so as to give it an aesthetic illusion to it. It is all one solid piece of stone to the wall. Looking through it, you can see that, yes, it is roughly 50 feet of hallway with torches spaced every 10 feet or so, meaning that there are about 10 torches spaced 10 feet apart, 5 on each side.
Down the way.
At the very back end, there is a lever on the wall in the up position.
Oh, okay. I thought this was like a big hole like this, and we could see that was 50 feet
A
out.
50-foot tube.
Yeah, I was like, don't do it, you'll die.
It's like looking through the
Yeah, no, I thought there was like
iris
lever
of
on
a
the
lens. or
others. Yeah, like the other side.
Yeah, no, you're not misty stepping through
Yeah.
that.
I was like, yeah, no,
This is
like
wall,
halfway
yeah.
through.
whatever. Looking around at the edges, does it look like it rotates in or down the actual wall itself?
The wall itself appears to be very stationary. It doesn't look like it's got anything that What do you mean? Maybe I misunderstand your question.
Well, I'm assuming that the lever's gonna trigger the door to move somehow. I want to know like which direction it
okay.
triggers to move. Down, up, to the side.
There is a seam
Okay.
all the way around it.
Okay.
You don't know
And
which way it will go,
Alright.
but it does appear that it will.
Yeah.
It has a place to move to.
Alright. Well, I could try and force it, but you guys should probably look at it first.
Yeah, I got this.
How far can you throw me?
No, I got this.
You won't
Through
fit
a
through the
2-inch
little
hole?
You said the lever's 50 feet away?
Oh.
Yeah.
Can you make yourself really little?
No.
Ah, he's already little. I got this. We're both little.
This little.
Well, I have another idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I can
If you make
take,
yourself tiny, you're only 6
just let me
inches.
show you. So I like
Yeah, show us, Grim.
do some movements with my beholder beater. Have you guys ever seen
I
like
wanted money,
an
I
octopus
want
when it like runs? You know what I mean? Like a shadowy like form of a beholder, but with long eye stalks, just like slowly forms out through the hole. About, you said it was 50 feet away. It's my unseen servant.
Why don't you just
Just
make it a
runs over
snake,
there.
Grim?
Yeah, we don't see it.
Well, you can see a formless sort of shape.
No, we don't see it.
I'm allowing you to see it,
It's
okay?
an
This is a
unseen
one-time only sneak peek. You should be thankful.
It's horrid. It's horrible.
Yeah, this is what it usually looks like, okay? I'm sorry. I did it wrong this time. You're not supposed
Watch
to
your
see
wallet.
it. Anyways,
Here guys, this is stuff of nightmare.
I send my unseen
Why does it
servant
have so many boils?
over to the lever and say
It's supposed to be like.
say when. Tell me when you want me to pull it.
Well, you pulled some levers, pal.
Yeah, pull it. See what happens.
1, 2, 3. Pull the lever.
1, 2, 3.
Sensing your unseen servant on the other side, it strains to pull this lever.
Dick.
You know what?
All right,
Give me an Arcana check, and we'll see how powerful you can try to make your unseen servant. And maybe I'll give your unseen servant a little boost.
Nosebleed.
Yes.
I'd like to invoke nosebleed.
That's a
I'd like
great
to see
quote
that.
for one of those out of context D&D quotes.
Yeah. Plus Arcana, he's well over 20.
Plus 6.
His eyes well up with tears.
So 25.
It's strenuous.
Nice.
It's difficult, but you're focusing your magic into this unseen servant to try and pull this lever, and you can tell right away that it takes a strength score, better than 2, to make this happen. But you manage to and it crashes down. Snaps in half.
Literally.
No.
I catch Grim when he faints.
It crashes down, the lever clicks, and then resets itself back in the upright position. And then you hear a stone slides down into the ground.
Down.
Before I pass out for a moment, I look at Cole and I'm like, I'm not welcome in my homeland either.
I pick him up. Let's go.
You move further. Once you get down to the end of this hallway, it does turn to the left and you begin moving in a new direction, still ever downwards. However, it's a short 20 feet before you arrive at the new chamber. This one, an actual chamber, you can see that it is 100 feet across. It's not an actual chamber, sorry. It is 100 feet across, and that there appears to be this chain that goes from one wall to the next. However, it is sagging very heavily. There is a device, you believe, inside of one of the walls where the chain goes into, and as this chain sags, it dips into a large pool of fluid. The air in here is acrid and actually burns your nostrils as you breathe in. It stings your eyes just to be down here.
I cut a piece of the cloak and throw it into the liquid.
It does not take long for it to dissolve.
It's super acid.
Do I know, can I get an alchemical check on this? You gotta find out what kind of acid it is, like if there's anything that it won't dissolve. Obviously this metal. 15.
Roll.
21.
It You have alchemy, so you can apply. You're an alchemist. The history of it, so you can apply your proficiency. Correct.
Yeah.
So, based on sight and smell, looking at it, the way that it's kind of discolored the stone in the ground, yes, there are things that it will not dissolve right away, but it is super caustic and incredibly corrosive. There's not really a whole lot that you can think of at this moment that would withstand it. In fact, you suspect that the chain itself is likely enchanted. There are certain metals that might be able to go in there, possibly even glass. However, I mean, even the glass might corrode and etch over time, become pockmarked.
Can you neutralize it?
Got no glass.
Can I?
You're gonna have to make like an intelligence check.
Sorry.
You're going to neutralize a pool of acid that's
100
like
feet
100
long?
feet across.
Well,
Is that so? The pool is 100 feet long.
Yes.
What are the walls like?
Cole, how many bottles
10
of wine
feet
did you grab?
oh, the vinegar.
78.
78 bottles of wine in the pool. 78 bottles of dissolved
drunk
wine.
Grim?
Is that enough to dilute it?
Grim does some quick math.
No.
Better idea.
You know these are worth a fortune, right?
Hold on.
What?
You said glass won't melt very quickly?
Well, you already heard he's been doing. He hasn't been sharing none of the well, so I don't know. if you
So,
want to go there.
It was
with
before
What's,
you.
Let's make a glass boat. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, let's make a glass boat, guys.
He's doing
We
well.
just have to
Just-
drink 78 bottles of wine first.
Or just pour it all inside the acid and see what happens. But either way.
Okay, so what's
Yeah.
what's going on here though specifically with the?
The
Can you
chain.
describe it again?
The chain is connected on one side
There's a plug.
and is connected to the other side, and it appears to go into the wall on your side, and then it dips into the pool.
Is it?
As you were investigating the pool, you did see that there actually is something down there. Although the acid is incredibly powerful, it is very clear, and you can see to the bottom. And there is
That's awful.
a key down there. The
Oh.
pool itself is 20 feet deep.
Is it like connected to anything?
All right. Well, I mean, this is pretty simple.
It seems to be just sitting down there on some sort of a metal tile.
Can your unseen servant
Still
go
got
down
my
there?
little homie, dude, that's sitting down there and grab it.
Shit, man, it's just like, oh, I'll just get the key. Here we go. What about Mage Hand? Would that take it?
I don't have
It's
nature.
out of range.
Yeah.
Cole knows Mage Hand well. No, not really.
Is he immune to acid?
No. Not even a little bit.
The unseen servant is not immune to acid.
So I'm pretty sure that's like not gonna work, you know?
Well, we know metal works,
Can
right?
you float?
Can the unseen servant float?
Yeah.
It'll do whatever I tell it to.
Pull the chain up.
Out of the water?
Yeah. It's like huge, right?
It is over 100 feet.
Is this a tunnel? A hallway?
It's a hallway,
a
100
hallway.
feet long. The acid is wall to wall.
And the chain
Comes from behind you on the wall.
goes all the way.
All the
Goes,
way and
sinks
sags
down and sags into it.
into it.
Runs the whole length and then comes back up the other end and into that wall on the other side.
Can we pull the chain?
You could try.
Right? I start pulling the chain
Yeah.
with Cole.
Oh, of course. Cole pulls it tight and lets them walk on.
You,
Is there a crank
you begin
anywhere?
pulling the chain. And
Oh, wait. As soon as I make sure
As soon
the
as you
acid
hit the
drips
acid
off before I
part.
burn my hands.
you grab the chain where you have and you begin trying to pull it backwards.
Yeah.
But they're pretty, as you grab it in your hand, they're pretty massive links. And you begin to see that as you struggle to pull back on this, the sheer weight of this chain is extremely, it's too much. It's just beyond too much of what one person, probably two or three, could even lift to pull back taut enough for somebody to actually swing across or try and tightrope across.
There's a key at the bottom. We need the key.
You sure? Is there any more
Is there any
clues?
cranks around or anything?
Give me a perception search.
9. Okay.
Do I see any clues with my passive perception, like the plaque we saw earlier?
You look around and you follow the length of this chain back to where it disappears into the wall. There is a metal crate of sorts on there where it disappears. You can kind of make out the workings of a gear system on the inside. To the side of this metal paneling is a keyhole.
Okay. So I say we get the key.
Try one of the keys we have.
If we gotta get across first.
Oh, it's on the other side.
first.
You said it's on the other side? Or is it inside?
The crank
I thought it
is.
was the key. I thought it was in
The key is immediately off, down and in, 20 feet down.
It's not attached to the chain or anything, right?
It is not attached to the chain and is resting on some sort of a metal plate.
You got a magnet?
No, but I do got a spell.
Draining acid?
Yeah.
Control water?
I'm looking for. Okay, so if I understand this correctly, there's a panel at the other end of this 100-foot,
There's a
Or
panel
it's
at
on
both
the wall.
ends of the chain.
at both ends of the chain.
One behind you, one on the other end of this 100-foot span.
No key at the other end.
There is one key directly
Directly below us.
inside the pool of acid,
Mm-hmm.
resting on some sort of a metal plate.
And the other panel at our end has a keyhole as well.
The panel on your end behind you has a keyhole set into the metal paneling and gear works.
Okay.
Gearbox.
Pull out the beholder beater again and cast levitate on the key.
You cast levitate on the key,
Mm-hmm.
concentrating your spell. You focus it on that key. The key begins to shake. And then the actual block underneath it raises up as well as it lifts up into the air. And you lift up this metal block and this iron key up out of the water,
Acid.
It drains.
and it suspends itself into the air right in front of you.
Can you bring it toward us?
It's right in front. Is it within reach?
It's within reach.
Cole, we grab it.
Be careful. Grab a cloth or something. I think you can grab it. I'm just like maintaining concentration.
Okay. I reach out with my cloak, wrapped around my hand a few times,
Okay.
and I grab the key.
As you go to grab the key, it remains fastened to this metal. It slides to the corner edge of this block, but the block comes along with it. The acid caustic enough to already begin burning holes in your cloak, although it is dripping off.
Set her down for a second right here. Can
Okay.
I bring it over here?
Yeah, I bring it over.
Having brought it over to the
Keyhole.
stone, you set it down. The block of metal rests on the stone in front of you.
Can I turn it so that it rests up on the stone? Like, so it's, I'm assuming it's magnetic or whatever, so I'm just gonna grab it and try and
You can
put
try
it in the center of the
wrestle
stone.
this key up and then
Yeah, so
So-
that it stays upright on the stone.
the key.
Yeah.
So you have it, you wrestle with it, and it's a good pull. Having messed with the key on here, you sense it's probably the magnet itself has about a 50-pound pull on it.
Mm.
So you
Nice.
up and you're confident you can yank it off now.
You can just float the cube
Yank it
over.
off.
Oh, he said you just yank it off.
Yeah, but I think it'd be cool.
Be cool. I
Cool fact.
over.
Hey guys.
Levitating it, you push the cube with the keys suspended to the side of it. You have a massive block on the key. It inserts into the keyhole, and then you spin the block, and the block just spins in place, and the key itself remains stationary.
Nice.
Alright.
Turn the
Well,
key.
whatever.
So like while this is going on, I'm just like, hey guys, I figured out how to neutralize the ass. Oh.
It's cookie crumbs.
No, it's baking soda.
That's all.
Baking soda and water.
Too bad you don't have enough of that.
You don't know that.
What happens?
Right?
Dropping the
Bag of
magnetic
flour.
block, it crashes to the ground.
Oh no, it's a bag of baking soda.
Turn the key, and you hear it. The gears pull tight, twist and turn, pull this chain all the way back. As the chain begins lifting itself up out of the water and pulls completely tight, it begins sliding the block on the other side of the room. And as it does this, it pulls it all the way out and across the pit of acid. The block itself is actually not a full-size block, but it seems to pull out a smaller sheet about this, which seems to have its own magic cast on it, as it seems to have this unusual effect of defying gravity. The chain pulls it all the way to you, and in front of you is a levitating bridge work of sorts.
Okay.
One at a time.
Carefully walk across. Don't start.
Climbing up and on top,
There's got to be a way.
it wobbles just a little bit, but it feels pretty secure underneath your feet. You are able to walk all the way across comfortably.
Come on, guys. That was fun.
As Vela, taking cue, steps up on the top of it afterwards. Sooner or later, I'm not going to let you go first. Probably after you find that first trap.
Yeah, whatever.
I'll go next.
One
So
by
let
one, you
Grim
climb
go
up and on
first.
top.
Am I able to remove the key safely without... I wait till no one is on this, and I try and remove the key to see if...
Once everybody else has crossed, you stay behind. When they are all down, you pull the key, it removes from the mechanism.
Nothing happens.
No.
Alright, I hustle across.
3 keys down.
Up and on top, you begin trudging across this bridge.
We're on spells now.
Okay.
Hopefully there's no battle, because we're screwed.
You come around the corner.
No initiative.
This time is a much larger chamber. It's very open, and it's illuminated, although the source of the light cannot be seen. You are staring at a circular room, 60 feet in diameter, from the door that you were at now to the door on the opposite side. The walls of this room are all glass and polished, and they raise up high into a dome at the very top before they change yet again and disappear into a tiny cylinder about 3 feet in radius.
So it's like a super fat bottom base. sort
Yeah.
of, with a small fluted...
Roof, ceiling, a hole in the ceiling.
Do I see daylight?
You don't. It's
That's
completely dark up there. Although the light source, looking at it, seems to be coming from some sort of illuminated sand in front of you. The entire floor.
Oh my god. What if this is the hourglass?
Oh, from the outside? Oh, and there's like a time limit?
I should have grabbed that thing.
Right.
Anything
You
else?
couldn't have fucking followed. You could have known that.
Door, 60 feet away, other side.
A door 6 feet away on the other side.
An archway just like this.
So there's sand in here, right?
There's sand in here,
Yes.
but we have not entered the chamber yet, correct?
You're standing outside looking at it. The illumination itself seems to be coming from the sand on the ground.
And the door is 60 feet away.
Yes.
Okay. I send my unseen servant over there and try the door, see if it's locked.
Well, it's not. It's an archway like this. There's no physical door.
Oh.
You can just walk through.
Yeah.
How, and it's 60 feet across?
Mm-hmm.
We need, not you.
Well, Esbella, here's your chance to go first. You're so eager.
You're gonna kill Asvella right here.
She needs to run.
She gives you a good push in the shoulder. Oh, you're going strong.
Right?
If you go Sunday, dash
All the way across.
all the way.
Should we attach a rope to her? What if she sinks?
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Or falls.
Yeah, that's a good
Oh.
idea.
Oh, dude, that would be crazy. Well,
Let's tie a
what
rope
if it
to something.
rotates and like flips over and
Let's-
she gets sucked
Right?
down?
That's what I'm thinking too.
Let's tie a rope to it. Okay, we tie a rope to
Tie a
something.
rope.
Tying a rope to Sunday.
Hand it to
cold. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cole, you're our anchor.
Dash across.
Yeah. I'm gonna run across.
Make a name for yourself.
Dash. Run and
Sunday.
dash.
Rope around her waist. Get ready, and you dash. beeline straight for that door on the other side. Your feet hit sand and you're just going for it. You see that entrance, that exit to this chamber closer, closer, closer. All of a sudden, your feet fail to find purchase as the rest of you watch, and she into the air. A flash of light from a magical rune hits the ground, and all of the sand, tons and tons of it, literal metric tons of sand, carry her away, yanking the rope. You're going to have to do a strength check of ungodly numbers
Can we
to
help?
hold onto her.
Can we help?
Roll some 20s, guys.
Or you're going to have to let go of the rope.
Come with me.
This is a lot of sand.
So seeing
This is like
seeing
7 dump
Sunday.
trucks
I see it's happening and I mold earth.
Okay.
It's loose sand.
What does mold earth do?
It allows me to move loose soil,
Yeah.
which
How
is sand.
much?
5 cubic feet.
Okay.
Can I make a hole for Sunday?
He's saying tons and tons of it.
Okay.
You can move 5 cubic feet.
A second, okay? So I can at least make one hole. Is there any way I can make a hole around Sunday for the first few seconds?
You can attempt to. You can begin trying to shift the sand around her to try and loosen the amount of force that is hitting her. However, she is in a second is up, falling up, and all of the sand is going with her.
My reaction would cover that. It wouldn't help anyone.
Seeing Sunday in danger, I immediately rage and attempt to pull her.
Yeah.
I can give you assistance with my bardic inspiration, and I'll yell, "Hold on tight, Cole!"
Question: I seen that flute? Do I think it's big enough for a person to fit through, or do I think she's going to
Yes.
be crushed?
You think that it is big enough for a person to fly through that hole?
Wait, what? There's a hole in the ceiling?
Yeah.
The walls are glass,
It's
and they all go up.
hourglass.
They all go up, and they curve,
And it just turned.
and they kind of do this. It kind of does this, but in backwards, as if affected by reverse gravity. So
Right, I knew it too, man.
And so, but it looks like you're headed for the hole?
Mm-hmm.
she's going straight for the hole.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
and
sorry, I was
sand.
out of the room.
But where there's no sand on
And
the
the
other
sand.
end, most likely, or some. No,
There's
there has
almost
to be
nothing
some.
we can do.
Never mind, I let go of the rope. I'm pretty. Cole thinks that it's meant to be. You're
Sunday,
supposed to fly through that
Yeah.
hole.
you fly up. As your feet had lost purchase,
Sorry.
you panic for a second and look behind you. You see the world quickly disappear as you fly up. Gravity pulling you in the wrong direction. Your friends quickly disappear, and you glance up to see this hole closer and closer. The force of your running causes you to move slightly to the side, and you crash into glass surface.
Okay.
Struggling to find purchase, your hands glide across the slick surface as you rapidly approach this funnel, this dark abyss. You slide towards it, you try to catch yourself, you struggle to grab the edge to hold yourself up, and then tons of sand. The weight of the world crashes and slams into you, forcing you into a black abyss.
You gotta hold your breath. You are buried in sand. So I think it's gonna do the opposite
Wouldn't
if we
she
walk
be
back
on the
in.
top of the stack?
Yeah, it didn't flip. It just literally put her in.
The sand didn't stack. It's like if it's flowing in reverse, so
Yeah.
she'd be down here.
In the sand.
It's like falling from the top, but reverse gravity.
It into an empty space or into more sand?
I don't know. Through a hole.
Well,
Whatever. Cole doesn't.
when you flip an hourglass over, typically the other side is empty.
Yeah.
The only way to save Sunday at this point is to have somebody run across and reset it again. And that sand's gonna land on top of them.
It can't be empty because this side wasn't full.
No, I mean, the same thing's
23
gonna happen
falling
with the
damage
office.
as you fall through the funnel and crash into a hard surface.
How many's?
Looking forward, you all see that the sand, yes, it was a large pit. There is about 20 feet of sand that just rushed up and buried Sunday underneath it and is slowly siphoning through that funnel.
Slowly, even though it was human-sized.
Oh, yeah, it's a lot of sand. I mean, it's slow is a relative term. It's going to take a couple of rounds here. In fact, if you all want to do something, let me know, but Sunday is going to have to start making some checks real quick.
I don't think it's gonna reset. I dash crossed.
You dash across, jump into this hole 20 feet down. You kind of grab the ledge and let yourself drop to try and reduce the amount of falling damage you'll take. I'm assuming 20 feet drop.
So wait, it's like a 20-foot drop now, and like the opposite of this.
Yeah.
Like, so we're in the center.
So you're essentially upside.
So it'd be another 20 feet to get back up.
Yes, on the other side.
Okay, I didn't understand.
20
There's
foot.
No fucking way I can make that.
20
I couldn't
foot
climb
dip.
up if I wanted to because it's glass. No, there's no way. Yeah. We gotta make it across right now, and we gotta get Sunday out, and we.
Sunday, strength saving throw.
Jesus.
Do we see the rope
Yeah, is the rope hanging in the room?
that Sunday was hanging onto or
19.
tied to?
That was a 50-foot rope.
It says
Yeah, it was a
20 feet,
50-foot
right,
rope.
on both sides.
It's a 20-foot radius, is what I said. So that rope, 50 feet, she just flew up 40 feet through there. Oh, you know, that makes it kind of interesting, actually.
So now there's a rope. Just
Hold
hanging
on,
from the
Sunday,
room.
hold on. You might not need to make that strength saving throw just yet, because the way that I'm picturing this with that rope, no, you're not going to see the rope. It's going to be buried in the sand. However, it's going to be buried up here, which means that that rope is going to be caught and slowly lowering you, while at the same time all this sand is going to be dumping
By-
itself on you. So
by
you're not
section.
going to be buried right away. This actually might save your life.
Yeah.
Very slowly in a very unusual sort of way.
Wait, so the rope got pulled through first, or?
He let go of the rope, 50-foot rope. She fell 40 feet this way and then through. That rope is going to get caught by the force of the sand crashing down. It's going to pinch the rope and act like an anchor, essentially. The sand is still going to come through, and as it does so, the rope is going to begin to give itself out too, slowly lowering her down, but... Sunday, as this is all going on, this is essentially how long it's taking. And Sunday, I only need you to make one strength saving throw, as it is about this time here that the rope would have finally freed itself, fell coiled at the ground on you. You would have been able...
I rolled a 19 for the strength.
Okay.
Oh, instead of taking all the damage when she went up.
Do I see any metal? Anything that's any sort of metal that's like on the outside of this glass? Anything?
It looks like the very bottom rim at the 20-foot pit has some sort of metal to it. Sunday, with your 19, you are partially buried up to here as the force of the sand spills in. You're not able to quite get your footing up on top of it all the way as it pins you against the glass.
Damn.
So
But you don't take damage and don't suffocate the way that the trap was meant to kill you.
Good.
you said that magnet was 50 pounds,
Yes.
and it's back there.
Yes.
Cole, break the glass. That's what you do. Have you ever seen a movie?
How you gonna get to the other side?
Huh?
How you gonna get to the other side?
What did you see? Just break it.
Go for it. See what happens. I ain't got an
I
idea.
guess I'll start digging my way out.
Yeah, go
My
ahead and
hands.
give me an athletics check.
$16.
Okay. It takes you some time. You're struggling, but you're beginning to excavate your body and get the sand off. It seems like you're hardly making any progress. Every handful and scoop of sand,
Pushes back.
more and more, seems to fill the hole, but
It's that fine.
you're
sand.
working at it.
Okay. Every
It's going to take some time.
wiggling.
So, if that's an hourglass, we're here.
So keep in mind, remember, the whole thing is upside down.
Upside down. We're floating up.
It's like 20 feet down.
It doesn't matter upside down. It's mirrored on both sides, guys.
Yeah.
So what I'm trying to say is, where are we?
The door,
in this giant hourglass.
at the beginning, the door was essentially right here.
Okay.
With the
So
sand.
halfway down on the bottom.
Sort of.
Okay. And so the door that we're trying to get to is on the other side.
Right.
Okay, and then so what happens is she got sucked up.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so
20
now
feet.
here we are. Sunday is floating at the top
Trapped in the sand.
as the sun comes down.
Yes.
Under
Slowly.
the effect of some sort of reverse gravity spell.
Reverse gravity is keeping me there, but the rope is hanging.
The rope has
We
fallen
haven't seen
out.
it yet. Have we? Can we see it?
It was in the sand. It fell through with the sand. It's all coiled up around Sunday. She has it.
Okay.
You don't see it.
Oh, because reverse gravity
Yes.
is still pulling up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she's upside down.
In the top of the sand as it's falling through.
All the sand has fallen through. She wasn't buried alive the way that the trap was designed to.
But as soon as it flips, I probably will be.
Well, was there any kind of a
so all the
mechanism
sand
that would?
slowly just went up instead of okay.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense to me. I thought it just like instantly went up.
Sorry, I knew it would
Fast as
sound
possible.
weird describing
It's
it.
hard, yeah. So is there still sand coming from our side up to her?
You just saw the last of it.
You guys got
slide
another
in.
rope? Throw me a rope. It'll hold on to it. It'll go straight up to me,
That's a good point.
and I can
She could climb
tie it
way
around
up
my waist, and you can pull me
the opposite
down.
direction.
Give it a shot.
I think I should probably do this. Hold on to this side. So somebody hold on to this
You're
side.
going to jump?
Esvo,
Why?
would you?
Because I can
hold the
climb
rope?
in. I can climb through the sand
The
and get
rope's
her.
coiled around her now. Like
Yeah, I have another rope.
All the sand is on this
We have
side.
Yeah,
another rope.
so I'm gonna
It's on
jump.
my side.
It's gonna suck me in there. I'm gonna climb through the sand, grab her, and come back down.
Okay, what if it does the opposite? As
You've
soon as
seen
you jump-
Princess Bride.
Okay, but what if it does the opposite if you jump through?
You're gonna be.
Why would it be
You'll
the
on wrong-
opposite?
No, it'll flip again.
What?
No, what's gonna happen is you'll be stuck with me because the gravity's on my
I
side.
can force that.
Well, you can hear Sunday yelling to you now, so Sunday, you're able to yell back.
Yeah, I'm like, just
Are you alive?
hold on to a rope.
If you go out,
As Bill is like, what
you
happened?
have the opposite effect, and you'll slam into the
squished.
ceiling.
That was not fun.
We're thinking about
I don't want to talk about it.
Above Cole's pay grade. You guys figure it out.
we're thinking about raising a rope up to you.
Yes.
Can I see Sunday?
Raise a rope.
No,
No.
she's in the funnel and it's dark.
So if I throw like a ball of bearing right now, it'll fly up towards Sunday,
You
right?
throw a ball bearing, it goes, hits the glass, pink, pink, pink.
Okay, so we
Watch
just need
it.
to throw a rope up to Sunday and then pull her back. That's all we're gonna do, right?
How's the rope gonna get through sand?
It doesn't have to.
It's not going through sand anymore.
The
All
sand-
the sand is on
I'm
this
like
side.
wiggling out of the sand because it buried me.
How will it get through tons of sand to where she is?
She's not through tons of sand.
Yes,
She's
she
at
is.
the-
She's at the top of this giant pile of sand, and
It didn't bury her, so
it
she's
didn't
on
bury
top
me.
of the sand.
Yeah, so now she's
Opposite.
standing
Look at it upside
on top
down.
of the sand, on
so
top
her
of the
head's
ceiling.
right here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Sort of.
so she's on
it's
top
really
of the sand,
tricky.
on top of the
you
ceiling.
guys,
Just throw
you
a rope.
guys took a
She can
rope
tie it and
and
then
let
we
it
pull her back.
do its thing.
Fine, yeah.
Or we could do the opposite and have Sunday tie the rope off and then have us swing across. I mean, she's got the weight on her side
Do
now.
that too.
I mean, what are we gonna do? Accidentally pull her up
I'm
with
gonna-
all our weight?
It's gonna try.
As Villa grabs the rope off your pack and unties it, and she takes the coil and throws it, and it
Thank you.
unfurls and flies up into the air, hits the glass and slides into the 2-foot funnel. And then Sunday, from some of the light, because the sand itself was giving off a lot of light itself, you can see just fine. It is now more darker in your guys' area, but you see this rope, from your perspective, fall down to you.
Okay.
And you stand up on top of the new
Tie the
sand on the
Collect
bottom
my
of your
rope.
If Cole just jumped, he would have done the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But you'd be
She's
stuck
not
with me.
going down though.
and then I climbed the rope.
Yeah, we need somebody to hold on to
Okay,
it.
so we would have tied it down. somehow.
Yeah, like we need her to
Collect-
tie herself
That's-
off.
that's
and
exactly
we'll
what my-
swing across.
that
Collect
was
my
my idea.
50-foot rope that was tied to me,
Yeah. Began trying to climb up.
and then
Okay.
climb.
Go ahead and give me.
Down.
Go ahead and give me 3 athletics checks.
Oh jeez.
Shouldn't we
Climb
swing
this rope.
across first? Like to the other side?
We can't.
One.
It's still reverse gravity. Suck it straight up.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
19
Sorry, guys, keep forgetting that.
and 11.
Is there
First
something?
one was a 1.
Oh, I'm sorry. Finish this first.
Your first attempt fails, and you slide back down into the sand. And then you check your pockets, and you get the sand out of all of your areas. Your next 2 attempts get you up to the funnel, up and out of the funnel,
Okay.
and then it's one more check, and you should be able to climb up to where they are.
9.
Don't you get that like potion of climbing kick at these still? Nah, it's been.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
Only probably an hour, maybe.
Quick, use the potion again.
With your 9, you feel the strength giving out in your arms, and you feel yourself kind of slide back down. Cole, you quickly grab the rope and
So
you
here's-
pull,
Because I'm essentially
gonna
trying
do
to
now
climb
is, so
up.
on the other
Yeah.
side,
and Cole pulls back up.
on the other side, is there anything that I can hook a grappling hook to?
No.
Is there a doorway?
There's an arch that opens, but nothing to connect to. It's just smooth tunnel again.
How far across is it?
60 feet.
Yeah.
60?
Is that what I said?
That's what you said.
Fuck.
60 feet across.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah, can you throw that far?
And as soon as I
Yeah,
got to the
yeah,
other
fuck, We
side,
don't have that much rope.
it essentially flipped, or whatever it did.
So if the enchantment goes away, then the
sand will
the
drop.
sand falls, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it time to use this? When I pull out my scroll of dispel magic.
Oh. I don't know. Yeah, it wouldn't work because this is a stronger spell than that. I would bet, right?
I don't know what level
This
this
seems
scroll
like-
is written at actually.
That's a good point.
So yeah, now that if I can't grapple hook on the other side, I would attempt to pull Sunday down if I think she has the rope.
Yeah.
holding
So
it.
Sunday makes it to about where the ledge is, where you are, and gravity does this weird flip thing where you're climbing up and you see them and they look like they're standing on a ceiling, and right there the spell ends and and you flip over and you bam, land on your back hard on standing onto the ledge where they are all, and you, all of a sudden you hear the ground shakes with the weight of all the sand from up above crashing into the funnel and slowly begins to funnel back into this room.
Get out. Can we get out to the other archway, try to run?
Wait, why don't we just wait till it gets halfway up and then we'll just jump across? 10 feet. Right?
Yeah.
So we're all together still, right?
First, just to make sure that.
Yeah, you're all back together.
Yeah,
And the sand is coming in.
Yeah,
We need to run to that side of the arch to get out of the hall.
Yeah,
we have to wait
We wait until it's about 10 feet below the ledge.
or less.
Toss out a ball bearing
I mean,
to
or
make sure
more.
the spell isn't going to be triggered again.
No, it won't because we.
Yeah, 'cause that's how
we triggered
symbol
it
works.
once, right?
Yeah, I know.
I'll
Will
fucking.
that?
I'll walk out on it. God damn it.
You're
Tie
gonna
the rope
go?
on me.
So after 10 minutes, you're gonna walk out on the sand?
Not even 10 minutes. I'm not
So the
waiting 10
sand,
minutes. I'm
the
waiting
sand
for the
mostly
sand to
fills
reach.
itself up. You see that you have enough room that you could drop down a couple feet,
Yeah.
try and rush to the other side and get up the ledge. The sand continues to pour down.
Yeah.
At this point, the risk of it burying you is pretty low. Most of it has come through and it's settled against the walls. You don't have to. It's not at the point where you're struggling to keep up above it from it rushing in. Then you get to the other edge.
Okay.
I'll follow as fast as I can.
All of you jump in and dash across the sand.
I use Molder Earth to make it so it's a nice slope for them as they climb up.
Oh, I thought I was gonna bury one of you alive.
You did almost.
Almost.
I will use my second wind and give me some hit points.
That rope worked like an anchor. Saved you.
I'm having 2 move annihilation flashbacks right now.
Yeah, just
I
say.
was.
I like these traps. I
What
made
do you
these
mean he just
traps.
falls through the mouth and disappears?
So,
What is he, Cerberus?
We'll have to talk off string. I want to know what would happen if Cole tried to pull
Right.
it through.
Oh,
We'll figure it out later.
like,
Okay, so we're on the other side. What do we see?
finally, another turn in the hallway.
Damn
Arms
traps.
rip off.
Opens up to a large circular chamber. It looks like all the other chambers. This one again made out of stone. You step in and you look up at the ceiling.
Half-crushed
The
skeleton.
roof of this chamber, 30 feet up, is a mosaic of a moon, a dark moon. You can tell it's a moon. It has one of those kind of crescents on the sides, ever so slightly. The room itself is very, very dark. Center of it and directly beneath the moon is a large circular 20-foot diameter, 20-foot radius, 40 feet across pit of sorts. But as you get closer, you see it's not just a pit. It is filled with a fluid. It's very dark. You can only see deep into this by maybe 1-2 feet.
it's brackish.
I'm gonna sit down
Very brackish.
and take my boots off. Dump the sand out.
Guys, where the fuck is Fallen? Like,
Yeah, is Fala in here?
As well as like, did you really think that breaking into a wizard's vault would be easy?
Why is follow in the
It was
fucking
pretty
hole?
easy to get in, actually.
Do you know those the little dragon dolls on Vinland thing? The ones where it's like a
Shaking sand out of my
one big
ear.
dragon, one small dragon, one small dragon.
You mean a nesting egg dragon doll?
That's right. It's just like that here.
Well, no sense in arguing. We can only go forward.
Alright, I threw another ball bearing out into this thing.
It sinks quickly.
Did it like hit a tar first and then sink?
Is it water or just a liquid?
It splashed in there like it's water.
Oh.
What's it smell like?
Yes.
You get kind of close.
Big old black hand grabs you.
By your
Smells like
nostrils.
swampy water, brackish, stagnant.
Okay, I'm gonna start looking around the room for any, secret doors, levers,
Perception search.
keyholes, buttons. Somebody want to assist me?
Esmeralda
All
does.
sorts
I
of
use
stuff.
prestidigitation to light up the room with fireworks. I try to shoot the moon.
15.
Flashes of light hit the moon here and there. Sparks cascade down, all perfectly reflected into the still water, which is still slightly rippling from your ball bearing. 15. You don't see any kind of secret door, button, mechanism, sliding trap, anything.
Was there any other doors in this room? Did I miss that?
Just the one you
in
came
general.
through.
Just the one we came through.
Moon mosaic on the roof, ceiling, pool of water into darkness.
Well, after doing that, while they're busy, I'm gonna take 10 minutes and cast Detect Magic as a ritual.
Okay.
Gosh, I don't have any organic on me. I throw some more cloth onto it to see what happens.
Hits, you see that the cloth slowly absorbs the moisture and water before it becomes waterlogged, loses its buoyancy, and begins to slowly drift down into the darkness.
Okay, I take a piece of cloth and dip it in it, and then I touch it to the torch. See what happens?
You can hear the torch begin to sizzle away, the water and the fluid. Other bits of the cloth become hot. The dry part catches flame.
As it does, I'm just let go. And
Water.
it seems watery, like just water, not...
10 minutes later, your Detect Magic does reveal magic on the moon and above you. With your Detect Magic, you are able to make out an invisible script of sorts. Invisible to the naked eye, only seen with Detect Magic, magical in nature. And as it circles around the moon, it says, sometimes yellow, sometimes white. One is dark, the other.
Sometimes yellow, sometimes white. One is dark, the other.
Red.
What?
Yeah, like a red moon. A white moon, sometimes there's dark moons, and there's sometimes yellow moons. There's blood moons, and those are red.
Sometimes yellow, sometimes white. What does it say?
Sometimes yellow, sometimes white. Where did it go? I lost it.
Sometimes dark.
Okay, sometimes yellow, sometimes white. One is dark, the other.
It's dark. The other is
Dark yellow,
lit.
dark white,
One is dark. The other is
light. Light. One is yellow, one is white, one is dark, the other's white. So it'd be light.
I mean, that's the rhyme. But that seems too simple.
A moonlight?
Is there anything in the room that would indicate?
You got a mirror?
No, the room is barren.
Yeah, I have a mirror.
The mosaic,
Reflect
And-
light into the moon?
the pool of water.
Can we see down to the bottom of the pool of water at all?
No, you can only see down 2 feet, maybe.
Does anyone have the light cantrip?
No. I don't even have. Can I throw a torch in the middle of the room? Like the center?
Yeah, you take your torch, you toss it into the pool of water. It extinguishes instantly, and your smoldering torch floats at the top.
Okay. I'll light another one. I'll just light another one.
Okay.
You got any candles?
Right.
We could, like, put a candle on a boat and fish it out in the middle. Have you been followed at all? I would like to make a perception check to see if we have been followed at all.
That's like the hallmark of a heist. Well, you've opened all these trapdoors for me, thank you.
You're doing all the dirty work for us. I will take it from here.
It's only
Indiana.
Yeah.
Perception search. You strain to listen against the sound of your friends doing. You don't strain. You put an ear to the tunnels and listen carefully. Listen for a moment, trying to pierce the darkness, but you don't hear anything down there.
I throw my last bit of ball bearings behind us.
Ball bearings scatter across the floor into the doorway.
Like, I really chuck them as hard as I can. Like, see how far they can get to the hourglass.
They scatter all the way down that hall. Some bounce across the walls, probably move into the room at the hourglass.
Okay.
Does it seem like any of them bounce off?
Where did you?
That
Where
might be
did we see
invisible?
Invisible? No.
It's a magical
That was,
script.
that
That's
was your
sort of.
perception. You
I
didn't
got the
see
light
anything.
too. Like,
I feel like Jesse
Like
said
I'm
it was
holding a
orbiting
Yeah.
around the moon.
okay.
Is that what it was doing? Is it literally like
The magical
circling?
inscription circles the moon. Yes.
And so the moon is a mosaic. It's flat.
It is a
On the
mosaic of a moon that is the same exact size as the pit of water, and it is a dark moon, a new moon, with just a sliver that gives you the indication that it's a moon at all. The runes show up only because they are themselves magic.
A full moon is usually yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Like crescent moons are usually white.
Inspecting the pool underneath. Is there anything that can be manipulated at all, or what's the edge like? Is it crafted or is it a pit? Like
It is
made out of rock.
Yellow and
finely carved pit made out of rock. It has a very, very clean lip to it, as if dwarves would have crafted it.
Eclipse.
So much that you could almost assume it's perfect. The water itself was pulled up just to the brim of it.
Dark moon.
So
what do we do?
I think what we maybe try and create a crescent shape in the pool, cover up the water, like mirror the one we can see.
What, you want to make like a dark
Cloth?
moon
Can you use cloth?
to cover up the moon, or
No, the pool to mirror the pool on the ground.
There's not enough cloth for us to do that, right?
Yeah, it's like 40 feet wide.
Is it super long?
Yeah, it's 60 feet
Mm.
almost. It's like 40 feet in radius, right? That's what you said. So it's 80 feet.
20-foot radius.
Okay, so it's
40 feet.
There's no door on the other
Any
side, right?
particular color?
Key?
No. The key that you brought is a corroded iron of sort. Maybe stainless steel.
Gotcha.
Is there a door on the other side?
No. No doors.
No
This appears to be a dead end.
It's
With the
just
exception of the pit of water.
a big circle like this. So we come to the room and it's just a big circle like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on the top is where this moon shape is, right about here.
Yeah, but it's a full circular moon.
Oh.
It's just got the sliver of a crescent that gives you the indication that it's a moon at all.
Okay.
Otherwise, it would appear to just be a black circle.
So it's in the center, kind of like.
It is exactly center, and it is the exact same dimension as the pool of water
Is it
beneath
an
it.
eclipse?
It's the
That's what I
exact
think.
same
Is the
dimension
answer an
all the way
eclipse?
across the ceiling.
One
Yes.
is dark, and one
Can we touch the center part?
is bright.
What?
can we touch the center part, or is it like this way? The
What do you mean,
crescent.
touch the center?
You said the crescent, right? It goes through the middle. So would the tip be
No,
the center? And
no. The moon, the moon mosaic is the exact same dimension as a pit of water.
That's the pit of water.
And the pit of water is center, and that's 20-foot radius, 40 feet across. So this moon is 20-foot radius, 40 feet across. Mirror image. Like you could drop a line straight down from the edge of this moon, and it would just hit the lip of the floor.
Okay.
They call it when it touch the water.
Sure.
Cold touches the water. It's cold. Bring your hand out. It's wet. What you expect water to do.
I grab one of the grappling hooks off one of these guys' backs and start lowering it into the pool to find out how deep it is.
Okay?
Yeah, good one.
Hand over hand, you lower the rope down. It disappears into the murky depths.
Comes a fish.
Is there any way for me to be able to identify this as water?
You get to the end of 50 feet, and you can still feel that gravity is pulling on it. It's difficult to say if the anchor hit bottom or not, but you feel like the rope has a tendency to be buoyant, and you feel like it's still trying to pull down. Take another little length of rope, tie a knot, and you continue it. It's about another 10 feet before the rope seems to kind of settle in its position.
Okay.
60 feet down, huh?
So I got a potion of water breathing,
What?
but we need somebody who can see in the dark. You really want to send the strongest person down.
It's Cole's time to shine, Finn.
You're gonna send Cole down there by himself without any way of like contacting us or.
If you think
Hold on to the rope.
that I'm climbing into that pit of water, you're crazy, Phil. I'm not doing it.
I'm the shortest and lightest. You guys can pull me
Plus,
up.
it's an excuse for me to take this ugly armor off.
Yeah, let's let Cole go.
I hand Cole the potion of water breathing.
Happily, I take off the ugly armor.
What's your opinion, Isabella? What do you think?
I don't know. This is weird.
Oh.
I'm glad you're all here because I don't think I'd make it past this one.
Give me the potion.
I hand Cole the potion.
Alright. Everybody just hold on to the rope and chug the potion.
You chug
Does anybody
down a
have a
murky
carabiner?
looking potion. It's got a dark sediment to it and grainy as you get to the last little bits of it. It itself tastes like pond water. And it has the aftertaste of sea salt.
Salt.
Taking off all of my equipment but my axe. I jump in.
You dive
Cool.
down
Be
into the
careful.
water and descend. What do?
I'm gonna follow it down to the bottom.
Go straight down. All the way down.
It's basically like scuba diving, dropping a
like
line.
Mary
You
Poppins.
follow the line down.
Okay. So the rope is still there. You swim, you follow this line into the darkness. The water itself is very murky, so your dark vision does little to help you. And it's not until you get to the end of what you believe this must be the 60 feet when you begin to make out the shape of the anchor and the shape of a mosaic on the bottom of this. And as you look at the mosaic at the very bottom of this tunnel of water, you make out a full moon.
I play a song. Way down below the ocean.
I look to see if there's any script around it, like the other one.
Nothing that you can see.
I feel around it, just kind of like pat it down.
Feels
Is there
like
anything that
tile.
can be manipulated? Feels like tile. Can I
You
like
look around, give me a good investigation check.
deuce?
So
Probably even worse than that.
you search the whole place. You go from one side to the other, looking around, feeling here, the walls, chiseled stone, expertly crafted. The tile itself appears to be kind of a glass like clay, fired in different colors with what you assume to be glazes. It is definitely a full moon, but nothing out of the ordinary.
Okay, swim up.
up and up and up and up.
He's dead,
You-
guys.
You guys are just watching, looking into this murky pool. You can't see anything down there. It's just perfectly still.
I'm going in for him.
And then you begin to see the outline shape of something swimming up towards you. And then after a few seconds, Cole, on your way up, you notice something unusual. As you're swimming up, you can see out of the water as you get closer, but the mosaic on the ceiling is different.
While I'm inside the water.
While you're inside the water, you see the mosaic on the ceiling is a full moon. And then you crest the water. You come out. You're cold and chilled. The water is probably close to freezing.
That's fine.
Dry him off, Vinny.
Nah, it's just.
Prestidigitation!
Oh, it's close to freezing, so I kind of have to get out. Yeah. It's pretty cold. So, interesting. The mosaics change. When I was in the water, that was a full moon. There's another one, it's about 60 feet down, also full moon.
Was it safe? There's no monsters or big fish or anything down there?
I probably would have mentioned that.
Hey, wait, so did it change the one that's above us now?
It ties off.
As soon as I came
Jumps
out of the
in.
water.
You tie off to what?
Breathe.
Grab a rope. I don't need to. I can hold my breath. Swim down there. Can you see the
60 feet.
I can dash. That's almost just 6 seconds.
Okay.
I have a pretty good constitution.
I'll go down with him.
Grim just ties a rope to himself and then jumps into the water.
I assist and swim down.
Starts swimming down.
The rope's gone.
Nobody's even holding on to it. It's just like slowly feeding itself into the water.
I step on it and it slips under my foot.
It whips out and takes out Cuba Gooding Jr.'s leg.
Hey, shark.
Finn tries to grab it. His hands are bloody.
Look out!
You start swimming down. You see exactly what Cole had mentioned. As you are underwater and look up, you see that the mosaic on the top is itself a full moon.
Do I see?
While looking through the lens of the surface water, the mosaic itself changes completely to that design.
Do I see a magic message on the one on the bottom?
In fact, you do not see anything magical, no.
Okay.
Use the detect magic water.
No, I just want to see if that message was there.
So it is half your movement in water. You need... In order to get back up, you're going to need to make some athletics checks to swim.
As soon as he's ready to go, I grab him and I kick off as fast as I can. I just kick off the ground and just shoot straight up.
We'll have you make the athletics checks then.
Oh my god, he's like a dolphin.
I'm like this.
Definitely dragging you down.
Yeah.
Athletics?
How long can you hold your breath?
Minutes.
Minutes.
Him.
Yeah.
I have a pretty
Constitution.
high constitution.
Okay.
It's like +3 or something like that for the bonus.
So it's like a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
It's like
something.
3 minutes or something.
It might be
crazy.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
So it took 30 seconds.
It's like
But
a minimum of 30 seconds or something.
Yeah.
from my experience as a scuba diver, going down and up,
yeah.
that really messes with your head. So,
60 feet.
so anyway, I don't know. Maybe
Yeah, but you got a potion, so you're good.
Constitution- Yeah, I'm okay. But yeah, no, as soon as I basically like jet straight up.
Jet
Is there anything
straight up,
different
torpedo
about
up.
the-
You're feeling a little disoriented, but you guys break the surface.
Up top.
Did
When
the
you see
lettering
it in the
change at
water.
all while you're in the water?
Yeah, does the magical inscription change? Can I see the last line?
It did not change. It's still you still see the inscription. Actually, that's the only thing that doesn't change.
Do we all need to be under the water first? So it like changes the room? What's the riddle say again?
Sometimes yellow, sometimes white. One is dark, the other. That's it.
Are there lights in the room right now?
The other
A
one.
torch, 2 torches.
Everybody put out your torches.
Let's try that.
Isabella dips her torch into the water.
Did the inscription change?
No. Grim, you see the inscription is still the same. The room is completely dark now, though.
Hello. Dark. Hello.
And there's no doorway, no key in the hole.
Turn the light back on. There's like a bunch of Zens with knives.
We're perfectly round.
What is it that's cut? Like, I see that, I understand that it's like a crescent, but is it drawn on there? Is there like
It's a
something
mosaic.
covering that? It's part of the mosaic?
It's part of the mosaic. It's black tiles.
I got you. Okay. So there's just like lighter colored black tiles indicating the crescent,
Yeah.
and the same below. But when I looked up, it was a white full moon, a yellow full moon,
A white full moon.
a white full moon, and the one in the bottom of the pool
Same thing.
is a white full moon.
It almost looks like the pool is reflecting the one on the bottom.
Gotcha.
But it's a weird illusion. You're not entirely too sure if it's a reflection or if it's distorting what you see.
What does a full moon look like on the surface of the black water?
You don't see a full moon on the surface of the black water. You see the new moon reflected when you had light.
Yeah.
The
you
upper
change
part-
what you see when you're inside the water.
And they all die.
And they all died. I 100% don't know what to do, but there's some things that we could try.
Do you carry the light spell?
Don't. I do not.
I wish we could bring light down there, but didn't make glow sticks yet.
I have. There's one thing that I can do, but it's just super dangerous.
Yeah, make a fireball.
No. I have.
I'll be back in a minute. While he's talking, I just dive in. I'm gonna search around the edges now. So holding onto the rope, I'm just gonna do like a detailed search,
I have Alchemist Fire.
utilizing my water breathing.
Yeah, I'll let you just take 10 so you can add, or take 20, take 10. Basically, you're going to take 10 minutes to do it well, so in 10 minutes of rolling your dice or whatever, you're bound to get the highest number possible.
Sure.
So whatever you happen to find down there, convinced that there must be something, that's just where you are for now.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that I have Alchemist Fire. That's about the only way that we could bring light down there. And that's insane.
Well, there's no way this all triggers on one spell. Like, there's no way. This is all triggered by one spell. I can't trip light. So there must be another way to solve this, at least. Hey, what do the walls feel like when you go up and down them?
He's underwater.
Stick my head in and yell at Cole.
You can actually, you don't hear what he's saying. I mean, you hear him,
But I
and you
hear
can yell
words.
back. You can actually yell back with water breathing. You speak normally.
Nice.
There's nothing down
I don't.
here.
I keep searching. So I did not find anything. I do a pretty extensive search and wind up at the bottom again.
They're all racking their brains, and you're down there for a while. You come back up, and you don't see anything unusual on those walls.
Hey Cole, is there anything on the walls all the way up?
Didn't find anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna float down a little bit further and just look up. I can see if I
Starfish.
can notice anything as I kind of sink down. Looking up through the portal.
It's gotta be so eerie to watch. He's just like descending in the darkness. Like, oh my god, what happened?
He's giving up! He's giving up, lads!
He's sinking into the swamps of sadness.
Yeah, I know.
I'll never let go.
Fell over? Is this a sailor thing?
Just drifting down,
Cut on
the
fire.
brackish water begins to cloud out what you can see, but it's
Full moon.
yep.
And as soon as I get out of the water, it changes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When you see the full moon on the top, you go to the bottom and it's still full moon.
When I was down there, does the full moon seem to offer any illumination, or does it just seem to be...
It's
Cole
both
has
of
an
them.
idea.
Both of the full moons are in darkness.
Gotcha.
Cole has an idea. He gets to the surface.
Hey, do you have that empty potion? I have an empty potion bottle.
Yeah.
I fill up the empty potion bottle with the water, and I use it to look as a lens up at the one above. Does it change?
It does not.
I hand it to Grim. It's not the water, it's being underneath somehow.
Okay.
So is there like a set level that you gotta be at for it to change? Alright, let's all just jump in.
Jump in the water.
Let's jump in and we all dive down at the same time and look at the ceiling.
Isvella does the same thing. She jumps in. You all jump into the water. There's a loud splash. The surface tension changes and breaks. You look up, and every one of you,
one spot.
every one of you can see the full moon mosaic above you.
Bubbles.
Come on in, the water's fine.
It's
A
cold.
little warm right here. It's a warm spot.
I would have meant by yellow.
Wait, I pee in the
You
water.
figured it out.
You gotta pee in the water. Pee in the
The
water.
moon on the bottom opens up and it flushes you.
Right? Oh,
Oh god.
awesome. That's a brilliant trap.
Well, it looks like I didn't solve it, guys. I
Some
get
of
back
the
out
water
of the
by
water.
Sunday turns blue.
Right.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Is there a way we can make light in the water?
I have been racking my brain, Cole. and
Alright.
I cannot.
Can I make a shot of prestidigitation and go out of the bottom? I mean, it doesn't really have range.
Can you put fire in a bottle and cork it? Liquid fire, anything.
Yeah, I have some liquid fire.
And if I shake it, it'll put off light or what?
No, you're gonna have to pour it out.
In the bottle?
Yeah,
It'll work?
it's alchemist fire.
I'm getting out.
I don't. It burns on top of water.
Like this, like I was just... Yoga flame!
I'm not recommending this at all. I'm just saying I have it. That's all I'm saying.
We need to shine light on the one below.
How?
I agree.
You wanna swim me down there?
How are you gonna shine light?
I got prestidigitation.
Take your cloak off, Cole,
How would that work?
and
flash, at
I'll
least.
take mine off, or we'll all take our cloaks off, and we'll cover the pool with our cloaks.
It's 40 feet.
Just the top of the water.
40 feet.
No, you don't have to be in over the hole.
Oh, the moon part that
No,
goes
it's-
all
it's
the way
40 feet,
over?
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
never mind.
yeah. I was
Yeah,
thinking
it's
that
40
same thing.
feet.
Yeah.
Near it somehow.
Dude, we can't
Just
freeze
think
it.
about covering it up so they like
Hey, can you freeze it?
Exactly what I was
break
thinking
the
earlier,
beam.
Yeah. Right?
Can I freeze it? Yeah, it would take some time, but I probably could.
With like chill touch.
I frostbite. I don't even know if technically that would be able to do
Do
it.
you have any flame cantrip? Firebolt?
Yeah, I do.
You gonna flame the water? It didn't do anything.
No.
What about
I
what?
blasted
Go
fireballs.
down. No, I mean swim down to the bottom and hit it with a firebolt. It's enough light.
Fair enough. You want to come down with me?
Yeah.
You swim to the bottom, 60 feet into the deep, dark, abyssal tunnel. To the point where you
No better time than
Tell me what you
for a cookie.
tell me what you do.
I
Where are you
literally
getting these
risk
things,
breaking
Took 'em out
my
of the kitchen.
arcane focus to put as much
No
power as I
bag 'em.
can into it
You know, some of those could
to
No, they're
let
good
out the
cookies, they're good
biggest firebolt I have ever summoned in my entire life. And I don't shoot the mosaic really. I get way down as close as I possibly can, and then like I'm
Use
playing
the toilet.
pool.
You can break the floor.
I like
Shoot it across.
shoot it across.
Sure.
Just broke the portal.
You shoot it across.
Like his hands are here and he's shooting it across, so it doesn't burn the surface. It's just lighting up as much as possible.
So you swim all the way down to the bottom
Yes.
to where you're just like barely touching
Just
the
like
mosaic,
face across
and then you
it.
like streak a firebolt.
Just shoot the mosaic.
Try to light up as much of the area as I possibly can.
It's gonna be the old faithful, this geyser. You guys are gonna go slam in the ceiling.
Don't jump away.
We're all just sitting here, and then we see our friends die.
You let your spell
Turns into a blender.
It streaks a crimson trail like a comet across and crashes into the stone on the other side, leaving a streak of evaporated water and bubbles to sizzle up to the top. You're standing up there and you watch, and all of a sudden all the bubbles just come out. Just erupting from the top of this pool of water.
That's gas.
Like, oh, they lost their breath.
Smells like brimstone.
And nothing happens.
Well, it's not light. It's something to do with the riddle then. So, read it again to me, please. I'm sorry.
We do the same thing. We torpedo up
Something
the top.
yellow, something white.
Okay.
Sometimes
One is
yellow,
dark.
sometimes white. One is dark, the other
Bright. Night.
Light.
Can you shoot the one on top?
I was thinking that too.
Sure. I mean, I'll just start shooting shit.
I'm hiding behind Cole.
Giving up on life, you just out of all fingers fall backwards into the water and you submerge yourself. The bubbles scatter everywhere and begin to clear, and
So beautiful.
the full moon begins to kind of make itself known to you. The vision clears. Can't take your spell. What do you do?
You keep asking me that, and
Because it's very, very specific.
But at least that means we're on the right track.
I mean, you've actually almost killed yourself earlier on this puzzle at some point. You almost killed a couple people earlier at some point. There's a few things to this, and it's fun to watch how close you come to dying.
Oh, so it's a death trap, too. It's great. Of course. Fuck, dude. Fuck. I don't like this at all, guys. Like,
have I seen
couple
anything
people?
that could be described as white yet in all of this?
A full moon?
Oh my god, show me your butt.
Right?
It's
Flash
your moon.
your
Is it that
bromide
easy?
duty.
I pull out my butt and I just start flashing the moon.
What's that smell?
You die first.
Did you shoot the one on the top?
Yeah, I blast up, I guess.
Oh, what if we shoot both?
Casting your spell, it erupts, and you all see his fireball fly towards the surface of the water and then stop and disappear right at the rim. You watch your fireball fly forward and erupt out of the water, and it crashes into this moon and explodes. It glows with a bright, vibrant light, and you feel gravity seem to shift and pull back and then pull you back forward. And the next thing you know, you're standing upside down on the surface of this water as the walls and the water itself drain down and sink, and then you find yourself standing in a new room, standing on top of the pool of water.
Oh, that's great.
And you guys just kind of see Grim fall into the water from the other direction and disappear.
Grim! Grim!
Oh, you were in the water too, correct?
I think so.
Yeah, so you're with them. This all happens to you as well.
Call! Grim!
You are now on your hands and knees kind of from the force of this reverse portal, and you were standing on a mirror image
Okay.
of the other room.
Now essentially we're on the underside.
Why would it almost kill?
But gravity is split, and we don't know yet. But gravity's upside down?
No, not really.
Reversed?
It's like you got reversed flushed through a portal. You don't. Now you're looking down. You look above you. You're in a room with a full moon above you. You're standing on top of a pool of water. You look down, and it's the same dark, brackish pool of water that you can see.
Okay.
With your magical vision, you look up. The inscription's not there, but there is a bright full moon glowing with light. You can see that the way that you had come through the mirror chamber, there is a tunnel that leads to another new room that you haven't seen before.
We're in the end game now, Cole.
We need to reverse it and get everyone in the water. You shoot the moon again?
Yeah, okay. You gonna wait here?
No, we should all go together.
All
Stay
right.
together.
Wait, can we even get under the water?
From where we are, just try to shoot them. I don't think we can get in the water.
Oh, right. Looking down, I could see the other one.
Looking down, it's just a dark tunnel of water to the bottom, exactly like you had seen before in the other room.
So
Except for you standing on top of the water
So
now.
we can get in the water again?
You can try.
But
So
we're
I
on
touch the
top of
surface.
the
Is it
water.
liquid?
It's liquid.
Okay.
You can actually
Do the
push your
reverse.
hand in. It just gives you some resistance. Some sort of magic is causing you to stand on top of it.
Oh, weird.
So shoot the one down at the bottom of the pool.
We have to reverse this somehow.
I do so.
Fireball disappears into the water, sizzles all the way down. You see it travel, and there's a blink, and then like the pool kind of fills with black and raises up.
I get the
and up.
fuck off of the water. That's not happening.
What?
Yeah.
The black sheet
I'm
coming out.
off.
You're getting dark.
Get away from the water. You take off. You get to the stone, find solid ground. You watch this blackness pulses for just a moment, and it hangs there for an uncomfortable amount of time before it shrinks back down and fades back to the regular looking normal scary pool of water that you had seen before.
Cole, you good? You just chilling there?
I mean, it was black something and not water.
There was something in the water. It looked like an ink was rising up, a horrible black cloud.
I wouldn't want to get near that. Yeah. No.
Anyways, the two of you are standing on stone looking down into this water. What do you two do?
So I saw Cole and Grim just disappear from the water, and I'm like, oh god. Oh god, they're dead. Cole!
Esvela.
Cole!
No, I don't think that's the case. I think they figured it out.
What did they do?
Fire. Light. She jumps in. You see her down and underneath. She's floating in the water, kind of suspended a little bit, looking up.
Alright, I jump
Okay.
in.
I'm following
You
her.
jump in. The other two of you
Alright.
follow suit.
I
got no
use
fire.
prestidigitation to hit the circle, the moon, as I look up.
Like a firework of light, just
Yes.
it
Roman
strikes
candle.
the moon, and then the same thing happens to you. Like the world, the tunnel elongates and pulls away, moves hundreds of feet, and then all of a sudden pulls you back up, and you crash into that top part of the water as the walls and the ceiling seem to collapse and reverse in another direction, and you find yourself standing on top of the water. Before you, Cole and Grim, you see Sunday, Esvela, and Finn kind of reverse up out of the water, and they are standing on top.
Check out the big brain.
Hi, guys.
Oh, we didn't die.
Nice work, you guys. Let's go.
Yeah. Not sure how we're gonna get that. How we're gonna get. Haven't figured that part out yet, but we'll get there, I suppose.
Doors over here. Let's go.
Yeah, let's hustle up.
Let's go, please.
We're heading over to the
out.
new. Oh wait, perception check.
Yeah, go for it.
Do I
I'll
sense
look around.
or hear anyone or anything?
20.
19.
Natural
Okay.
20. Yeah, we really know what's going on.
Head on a swivel right now.
You all look around, panicked and nervous of what horrible things might be happening. You don't see or hear anything out of the ordinary, but there is a candlelight coming from down a short hall and into another chamber. From where you are, you can see that there is a circle of candles on the ground. You move in, and as you get closer, Grim, you recognize right away it is some sort of a magical circle for casting a ritual.
Oh, I don't like that.
Is my uncle standing
Can I-
around this room?
I'm gonna investigate a little further to see if I can tell what kind of ritual, perhaps.
The Asmodeus.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
25.
It appears to be a very unusual variation of Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion.
Oh.
No doubt, huh?
Yeah.
Great.
Okay.
It appears that the ritual itself is only half cast, but with some of the weird variations to it. You're not entirely too sure that you could do it. However, perhaps if everybody were to contribute in some way for some sort of a skill, you all might collectively be able to complete this ritual.
Okay. Looking into it a little further, what else do I see that would lead me to believe my friends could help me with this?
Well, it's possible that there could be certain little bits of it that might be detected through perception, or that certain parts of it might require an invocation called out through a chant done with some sort of performance,
Got it.
or sequential arcana checks. Maybe with casting particular hand gestures in unison with a very skilled sleight of hand. Maybe using perception to follow along the lines of the actual ritual circle itself and see if there are certain parts of the circle that need to be completed. Okay. Honestly, the way that this works is that this is a skill challenge, and you find a skill that you are strong in and try and think of a way that you can use that to help you finish casting this ritual.
Okay.
And we're going to go around the table, and anybody who wants to do it can, and if you can't think of something, you can roll to assist.
What do you see, Grim?
It's Cole. It's really cool. It's super. I'd love to get my hands on it. It's a this is a ritual, and hidden somewhere, hiding is Fala. I think somewhere we have to finish this ritual to find it. It makes it's a castle in space that no one can see but the caster.
The hell's space?
You know, empty space.
Between your ears.
Good one, Sunday.
So how do we help?
Oh, well, I think that if we could finish the ritual, I'm gonna start making some Arcana checks so I can figure out how to finish the inscription.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll an Arcana check for me.
I can assist you with that.
23.
23. Excellent check. Graham, as you were doing this, tell me how you progress the ritual. Okay, mate. Excellent.
Kind of like how you do, how like, forensic scientists dust for fingerprints.
Yeah?
I start dusting the area for where the ritual was performed in the past.
Doing so, you begin to uncover certain parts of where you magical powders that you're putting down flare up with very fine ley lines of part of the rituals cast before. It reveals to you certain parts of runes that have not been completed. Well done. Anything? I mean, one person could do it all if you guys don't want to, but I need a couple more checks.
You need a performance?
Performance will work if you can find a good reason how it works. I gave you a suggestion.
Okay. Do you want me to perform the spell?
Looking at the runes, yeah, it looks like, do you know any illusion spells?
Just minors. Minor illusion. Do you think I won't be able to cast this?
Finn, some of the words on here, though they're written in arcane languages, are written down in common. You believe that with a performance, you can pronunciate the words with power, much as how bards sometimes do when they sing their spells.
I'll start saying it.
Reading out the words carefully to try and intone the words of power.
I place my hands out in front of it and I say, Batu, Starada, Niktu. Oh.
Yeah, that's what you get.
Give him inspiration, Finn. Try harder.
Some of the arcane runes around the outside edges kind of flash and flare up with a purple flame for just a second.
No, I literally give him my inspiration.
Oh. Okay.
Go again.
Come on.
I'm like, it's pronounced Boost Roda.
Good God.
Is it worse?
It's the same thing.
same.
It's exactly the same.
Meant to be.
That is not how you say that.
Yeah.
Continuing on. Somebody else got something?
Thinking.
I'm looking at it. Does it resemble like a snare trap or something that I've used in
Yeah.
my like survival?
Some of these actually do kind of, they bring up, it's not so much of a trap actually. You're looking at this and it actually kind of sparks up images in your mind. You don't really know where they're coming from, but you kind of have a feeling as you place your hand over your tattoo. And there's something celestial about it. The patterns are somewhat recognizable to you for some reason.
Okay, well, using my survival instincts, I kind of let what I would assume my inner spirit or Radamanthys kind of guide my hand a little bit, and I just kind of rely on that to try and...
You slip into instinct and it's just going with your gut feeling.
Oh, 5. Fuck.
Nervous about it. You've never done this before. Your lines are a little shaky. Grim? Sunday?
Should I do a sleight of hand to maybe...
Sunday, you pick up a piece of paper, part of the spell that looks like it has been burned away on some of the edge, and you believe you can kind of make out some of the somatic gestures.
Okay.
Yourself not being too fluent at magic, but you feel like you can kind of perform part of this ritual with, along with Grim as he begins to raise some of the magical energy.
Okay.
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand.
Oh, we fucking 8. No, I'm assisting this time with some arcana. Can he re-roll? Oh, we.
No.
Okay.
This is where all the bad rolls are coming from.
Shit, man.
All night. Yeah, 20 to see nothing in this room, but we know it's there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, okay, guys,
You
magic
suck.
circle. How hard could this be?
Can I try? Can I work? Can I keep working at it?
Yeah, go ahead. Roll another arcana or whatever you want.
Okay. This time I pick up one of the candles, and I begin dripping the wax here and there, trying to bridge the gap on some of these lines.
Right?
Ugh. Damn, dude, that's cocked. It was a 20. I'll take that though.
good.
22.
Nice. Excellent. Yeah, you actually are able to pick out some of the spots where it looks like the ritual circles had been erased before or stepped on and ruined, and you complete some of these lines, and you can kind of feel the magical energy beginning to pulse through it like blood through veins. Who else? Somebody else got something? Almost there.
I'll do a perception check.
Do a perception check. Awesome.
So I'm searching around to make
That's what I'm gonna do
to
too.
really like take a good detailed look to see if there's any lines I can complete. Just
Perfect.
looking
I love
around.
it. Go for it.
That was going to be my next move.
It's 11.
11? You see some. Not a whole lot, but you see some. And what this actually does is it's going to give the next person advantage on their roll.
Sunday. I
We're
see
gonna
a
try to
couple
do the
marks
same
here.
thing with
Take a
my
look.
perception before he said it.
Okay, another perception search.
20.
Oh,
Nice. You trace it out. You're putting your hand over it, and you're not just seeing these marks. You actually can kind of feel the groove into the stone that are seemingly
something, guys.
invisible. And I'm going to give the next 2 rolls advantage.
I got something.
There you go. You guys are figuring it out now.
Mm-hmm.
This is how you do it.
can I use a little bit of insight in here?
Yeah. If you can give me a good reason.
Do I feel like this is a trap at all with my insight?
Are you going with your passive, or are you going to roll for this?
I'm gonna roll for this.
Roll for it.
Come on.
Give me
Get advantage.
Okay, I'm going with my gut.
That stinks.
Let's see.
At least the other one was a 12. That's not too bad.
I'm kidding.
17.
I'm totally
17.
kidding, man.
Yes, along with the spots on this, you're kind of following along and you're looking at it, and you, being somewhat of a caster yourself, you are a caster, you can kind of get the feeling on like where the magic is trying to go to. You just got this sense of it, and you can sense that it's a potent, unpredictable, wild spell, that if this is done wrong, it could have pretty powerful consequences.
Okay.
Can I try another sleight of hand?
But I will
Target?
give you, with your insight to that, you can kind of sense on where the magic needs to go. So you let Grim know, it's like, it doesn't feel right there.
The focal point is not there. It's somewhere over here.
It's not the center.
Yeah.
It's not the center.
Got it.
It's not the center.
All
You
right.
got advantage.
Come on.
Get a little bit
Come on,
Genghis
Green.
Khan.
Setting down the
I just set the pace,
candle
dude.
carefully. I just start almost like invisible spider webs. You guys don't see anything. I'm just like laying it over and over and over this way and that way. 17.
Pulling tendrils of magical energy from the ley lines from here and there, you begin overlapping them and bringing the magical power towards this focal point that you had been informed of by Finn. You find a new nexus for this energy to go to draw it away, and you feel that the circle itself begins to balance itself out. Need one more victory. What do you got? Anybody?
Athletics.
Think you can do it? Can you come up with a reason?
Acrobatics.
I will. Okay, so I've got memories of shamans and like ritual magic that my orc tribe would perform.
Yeah.
And a lot of that had a lot of acrobatic motions, and so I just started doing the acrobatic.
A lot of gyrations of the hip.
No,
Should I join you?
Yeah, we're gonna do it. Like Native American, sure.
Yeah, it's a ritual dance,
Sure,
right?
sure, yeah.
Just, again, that instinct kind of kicks in, and you begin doing this motion with your body, working up a physical energy, a bestial energy within the area, and it kind of draws in. And roll a d20.
Come on.
No advantage?
None on this one.
City.
No, that's a 1. Oh. Could he? Should have had advantage.
This energy pulsing through here, the energy that you bring in, it actually begins to kind of draw away from the magical circle, and you feel like an electrical shock almost kind of reach out and strike at you. You're unharmed, but startled.
Can I try with an acrobatics? And I said, oh, he's onto something.
Go for it.
Oh my god!
Nothing. Stop dancing.
Hold on. I think I said something too.
Yeah.
Can I try acrobatics?
What the wrong with you
So
tonight, man?
that is the cue right there. What happens is that all of this energy is suddenly released and flashes out.
No! We almost had it!
Oh. The magical circle explodes and erupts outwards and does a wash of force energy out from the focal point and strikes all 4 of you. You all take 18 force damage.
I got resistance.
However, a tear in space-time ripples and cracks and rips its way open, and instead of a nice, beautiful portal, is this jagged monstrosity. You feel like the edges of it dip into madness and maybe reach out into the far realm. Some horrible, ungodly creature is just screaming to devour the souls of the unborn on your side. But for the most part, you have a semi-stable portal, and you peer in, and floating on this rock, in the middle of space, is a writing desk with a large construct sitting on a table, looking over books and paperwork as their eyes flash red and begin decoding what they are looking at. Fala is going over paperwork. One by one, you step through. We're going to call it.
Yay.
Ouch.
That
hurts.
With my force resistance, half that.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
I don't know how long we're going to drink that potion.
Damn.
I don't remember either, but fun game.
It should be
Cole just wants to hit something so bad.
I kind of feel like I should have just killed everybody inside the house.
Just killed everybody.
Look, I did not mean for you guys to stare at a puddle of water for that long.
Fucking 30 minutes.
Did you think one of us had the light spell?
It doesn't matter what spell it is, as long as you can
shoot
get
it through.
light to hit the target. But if light strikes the target from a spell, if the spell strikes the target on the bottom one, the entire 60 feet swells up with hunger of Hadar. Slimy tentacles and pitch blackness envelop you, and you are slowed.
That's the one that if you hit the one on the bottom, see that I almost died.
Yeah, we almost died.
Oh my god.
There, dude.
The entire 60 feet would have been hunger of Hadar as tentacles and oily abyss and whispers of madness would have pulled at you, causing psychic and poison damage, cold damage,
Fucking hilarious.
slowing you down to even slower than like half your speed, because your swim speed's half your speed, so half of that.
Yeah.
You're dead. Okay.
That's what I was like. Was it targeting me because I was the one who shot it? That's why
No, the whole thing would have
The whole thing would have just
Anyone
foamed up.
in the water.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, we're still alive for now.
Yep.
Hey, I wanted to throw a couple of dangerous traps at you guys.
Yeah, you did really good.
You guys made it. I didn't make them too difficult. This is, it wasn't Tomb of Annihilation worthy, but
No.
it's enough to make the hair on the back of your neck stand up.
Honestly, it was a little bit more fun in some ways, just because of the fact that, like, you know, I knew it wasn't just immediately deadly. Like, Tomb of Annihilation is like, if you just do the wrong thing, it's like, and you're dead now.
Oh yeah, like the lava room.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, don't you guys want to go in and try to get that loot? It's like, no, man.
No, we don't. Shut the fucking door. Quit trying to get us to go in there. We're
No,
not
you're not gonna go in here. It's really hot. Like, it seems like there's a bunch of lava that just came through.
There's vents. I don't know.
I like that room.
Maybe lava.
You could have put a Holy Avenger in that room, and none of it. We would have been like, well,
Not worth it.
that looks cool.
Keep on going. Just keep on going.
All right, signing off.
All right.
Adios.
Goodbye, everyone.